Hello, hello, hello. Is anyone there? Double checking the music. Hello, hello. I'm waiting for my mod to look if my music sound is alright. Okay, game sound is pretty soft. So let me change the music a tiny teeny bit. Tiny teeny. Hold on. I'm going to change the sound for volume for a second there. I need to change sound from this one. I'm doing a sound testing right now. There we go. Yeah, I forgot about the delay. Nothing has changed yet, it seems. Okay. I had to change the music from DanganRonpa a lot because the moment I start the program up on, it just destroys my eardrums. Like it's just popping. So even when I've like at a normal sound volume, I cannot hear anyone. Yeah, I couldn't hear anything. Even if I want to have like a small, tiny, teensy bit of music, or just double check on what's happening on YouTube a small second. Not that long, of course. It's more like looking at certain Wikipedia stuff. So let me see what we have opening. The last time we did was like playing yesterday, and yesterday we had like a trial. I mean, we found Chihiro's dead body. It was not really tasteful because she looked like she's been hanged up with two cords like that. And so let's just go through one of them a little bit so we remember what each of the bullets sounds or what it is. So basically Chihiro is the victim. It was like during nighttime. She is dead. Second floor on the girls' locker room. The cause of death was a blunt object, instantly dead. So basically we can almost surely tell this one is the main weapon, since there's no other things that is a blunt object. Then we have Sakura, what she thinks about Chihiro. I mean, Chihiro wanted to get stronger. I mean, probably physically or mentally, I have no idea. But let's say she wants stronger, and Aoi and Sakura were asking Chihiro the whole time if she wanted to work with them, but in the end, she did not accept it. And then we have then Mondo said like she wanted to get stronger. Some assumed to her inferiority complex about being weak. She admires strength more than anything else. I mean, that's such a pain to have, actually. That's really painful. Then we have a card reader. So this is basically the entrance to the locker rooms. Depend if, of course, not possible for two people to enter at the same time, and lending someone the handbook is a violation, but borrowing is not a violation. Remember that rule. And of course, the handbook that died is in the mailbox. And there is one of them is broken, and it's supposed to be Leon's, but according to Monokuma, it says that Leon's handbook should not have been broken. During the time, we have Byakuya saying it might be genocide Czech, but the victims all have male names. They were killed in the same way and mounted nearby bloodlust. Profiling indicates that the killer is likely a student suffering from a split personality. But the problem is like no, it's not she, but Byakuya says that, it is like she who is dead, like Chihiro. But according to Byakuya, genocide Czech killed her. But all the people that died were all male. Okay, this is saying just distance from the other girls in general. And during our investigation, we also have like seen that in the boys' locker room, it has been stained with something blackish. No idea what it is. It's something blackish. And in the girls' locker room, there was in the girls' locker room there was a poster of a girl with a poster. And in a male locker room, there was only a boy band, and everyone was like, we were like, we don't really want girls. I understand when we have like girls in the locker room, but usually we want to have like our boys, you know, something like popular, like the Backstreet or One Direction or whoever popular at the time. So the tornado is in the male locker room and the girl is in the female locker room, even though it's supposed to be switched. So we have Chihiro's handbook. It is apparently gone missing. So basically we have here another way of Chihiro's body being swung, I guess. It's a weird way to say it. It's something like not it is hanged with cord. So, and then the Sakura mentioned she was responsible for a coffee stain. However, the stain has been inexplicably scrubbed away. But the coffee stain is often brown because there is some like protein powder, and coffee is just usually brown colored. But the only one that I can say is this might be the evidence linked to each other. And then somehow when we went with Byakuya, there's a library desk lamp. The extension cord has gone missing at some point. So, but Chihiro is like being with extension cord. So, but Byakuya might be involved into this. But then again, people can frame for the blanket, if you know what I mean. And then of course we had like one last witness, so to say, not completely witness, but more to say someone is involved with Chihiro's before she died. Of course with a blackened, but we don't know who. Chihiro was spotted leaving the warehouse, was stuffing some blue clothes into the duffel bag. Presumably it was on her way to exercise, but the clothes were not found at the crime scene. Celeste had not told anyone other than Makoto about this encounter. So basically we are the sole witness to this specific evidence. So I can say it's like a... what did I say again? I just need a... We are the sole owner of this evidence, besides Celeste. I guess that's not super... Oh, look at that! We can actually look at it. Oh, if that's that, then it's like grayed out. Really sucks, by the way. Oh! Oh, wait, no. Yeah, if we look at like a different arrow key, we can actually see what their skills is and their information. Ultimate question mark. Okay, so basically our information what they think about Makoto, plus what skills what they can deliver to us to help us in the trial, which is quite nice. So yeah, Junko Enoshima, programmer. Good thing we actually managed to get 1 SP, but it was really risky. So basically 5 people. Hold on, yeah, there we go. Regulations during the second trial. I mean, I guess during the second trial. Second chapter. No, we haven't started our trial yet. We got like a specific one. Lending your ebook to another student is strictly prohibited, but borrowing is not prohibited. So basically, the one who is living and you give that student your e-handbook, you will die. It's kind of dark, but this is like how funny, how easy it is to understand. The guilty party may only kill a maximum of 2 people during any single killing game. So basically, I can kill 2 people and I probably die because of because they all found out that I did it. But then the other person can also kill 2. Oh no! But that's unfair because you can kill so many people for that. Additional school regulations may be added as necessary. Of course. When you start or anything, you will get. Oh! So basically, this is the old trash can. Okay, there we go, I guess. Let the class trial begin. Okay, I'm not going to say that every time, but okay, I'm going to with the classic beginning since I do not want to do like every single one of them. Since this is like a repeat of every single trial, I think. So yeah, I'm not doing that again. But basically, my votes will determine who is getting killed. And if we're voting right, then we win. But if we took too many of them wrong, then we die. This is the absolute best situation a killer can ask for, aka the Black Hand. But then again, we are not the Black Hand, so we should not be able to vote for wrong people. I mean, during our first trial, we fought and we found out who the Black Hand was. So basically, Leon, aka, he died a painful death. So that means we chose it right, which everyone, of course, didn't want to, but still. Let's talk about the murder weapon. Okay, I have no idea how Monokuma again said it. Hold on. Oh, I forgot about chasing. Yeah, I'm going to drink. The stream is just starting. Let me just do the emotes again for you. There we go. Hold on, the program needs to start. I mean, I have it open, but I forgot to log in. So there we go. Gotcha here and study mode. First, we have to make clear what it was used to deliver the fatal blow. Basically, a force brunt trauma. So basically, something that did so much to the head. Okay, we get like only one thing since we're playing the normal version of the game. Yes, it is definitely a head one. What kind of... well, locker room dumpler. Oh no, we should do this because the other one is the... Why a pipe? To be fair, he was not at the scene of the crime. So basically he's asking which one has the blood pipe. There we go. I need to farm skill points. Otherwise I will not able to shoot on time. Can we agree that the object that dealt the fatal blow was the dumbbell found at the scene of the crime? It was covered in blood and there was nothing else at the scene that could have caused that kind of injury. And the wound on the victim's head is consistent with the shape of the dumbbell. As far as I'm concerned, there's no mistake and no room for doubt on this one. You look at her head wound? Yeah, that's so creepy. I mean, come on, it's life or death at this point. If you don't mind, I will proceed from here. Let's move on the discussion of the culprit. Although I believe the criminal behind this heinous act is already quite clear. What? For real? Chihiro's killer is the fiendish serial killer, Genocide Jack. The fiendish serial killer. Did he really kill Chihiro? A new element has been added. Yes, please, because I want to know the controls for this white noise. Will disappear if they hit these lines, so you see them as obstacles in your debate. But a way to keep this white noise from getting in your way, press the A button to attach the silencer, which you can use to shoot down the white noise. However, if you shoot an actual remark with your silencer instead of the white noise, the time limit will decrease, so take careful aim when you have the silencer out. Oh, but if you actually... Okay, I don't have it on gentle, sadly. I have like on mid, normal mode, because you know I want to enjoy the game as well. Maybe I will replay it once again. Oh, I want to shoot it, but I don't know. No, you cannot do that. The thing Byakuya showed me in the archive. One look at it and anyone would be convinced. It shows that this was the work of Genocide Jack.
犯人はジェノサイダーショーだ。これは決定事項だ。
そんなのありえないって。
なぜありえない？
だっていくらなんでもそんな。っていうか根拠がないじゃん。
So basically, the way Chihiro's body was hung up was something like Genocide Jack.
根拠ならあるかもしれない。
I might know one reason he could be involved. What?
図書室の書庫で見つけたファイルに書いてあったんだ。
I found this file while I was looking around the archive in the library.
ジェノサイダーショーの事件をまとめた警察の極秘資料らしいんだけど。
I guess it's some kind of confidential file that the police put together about the Genocide Jack case.
待て、おかしいだろ。なんでそんなもんが証拠にあったんだよ。
What? That's kind of weird as shit, isn't it? What was something like that doing in the library?
その説明は面倒だ。
The
省くぞ。
The why is probably more trouble than it's worth, so let's forget about that now.
とにかくこの資料にはジェノサイダー小事件の特徴が克明に記されていた。
More importantly, it outlined all the specific of every Genocide Jack case in exceeding detail.
それによると、ジェノサイダー小事件には2つの特徴があるようだ。
According to the file, there appeared to be two defining characteristics in every Genocide Jack case.
1つ目は現場に必ず血文字を残すこと。
The first is that bloody message is found written at the scene of every murder. Oh, I'm getting demonetized by YouTube at this rate, and I even haven't kickstarted my career yet at YouTube. Okay, hold on. Okay. Alright! That's right! Boobless! No!
血みどろフィーバー。
No, it's actually bloodlust.
重要なのはもう一つの特徴の方だ。何せ世間には公表されていない事実だからな。
But it's more important is the other characteristic, and it's something that has never been made public.
世間に公表されてない事実で
Never made public? What the hell is it?
苗木、お前が教えてやるといい。
Why don't you tell them, Makoto? Other characteristic of every genocide Jack case, which was the world at large doesn't know. I mean, if you watch every single similarity, then it's pretty obvious. If I'm not mistaken, it has to do with the positioning of the body, how the victim was positioned. I mean, both of them are. The first one is okay.
被害者の死体は必ず貼り付けにされているらしいんだけど。
Apparently, in every genocide Jack case, the killer suspend the body in a certain way.
その事実は犯人以外だと警察上層部の人間しか知らないらしいんだ。
Other than the killer, the only people who know about this are the high-ups in the police department.
だが今回の事件では藤崎は確かに貼り付けにされていたはずだ。
However, Chihiro was most definitely suspended in the same way.
では犯人はなぜ知っていたんだろうな。
So,
犯人と警察上層部しか知らない貼り付けの特徴を。
well, basically, if it's coming to the news and you see how the body can be positioned by a serial killer or anyone, then yeah, maybe everyone would be aware next to herself. But then, so how did the culprit know about this when only high-level police officials were aware of it?
その理由は一つしか考えられない。
There's only one logical answer I can think of.
犯人が本物のジェノサイダーショーだからだよ。
It's because the culprit in this case is the real genocide Jack. Yeah, I was trying to befriend the little programmer, but she died, so yeah. I mean, I got a free SP slot, so that's the important thing right now. I can always go back in time to back the save file to get those friending moments.
ないよ。
No fucking way.
ではジェノサイダーショーは私たちの中にいるのですか？
You're saying Genocide Check is one of us?
深川東子だ。
Yes, in fact, it's Toko. Eh?
深川東子がジェノサイダー賞の正体だ。
Genocide Check true identity is Toko Fukawa. You lie? What?
ちょっと待ってよ。
Hey, okay, wait. Hold on a sec.
でも深川ちゃんは血が苦手なんだよ。血が苦手な殺人鬼なんて聞いたことないんですけど。
Toko has like blood phobia or whatever, remember? What kind of serial killer is afraid of blood?
ジェノサイダー賞はそいつであってそいつではない。それが今の質問への答えだ。
Is Toko genocide check? The answer is yes and no.
謎々か。回りくどいべ。
Another riddle? Man, why is this gonna be so complicated? It's a riddle for sure, but I feel like I understand it. I mean, oh. No. What it means for genocide check to be Toko, but also not be Toko? The answer is that she's not just one person, but multiple people, right? Yoshihiro did. I have no idea. I need to double check it. I know it's like a split personality, but I have no idea how to say here and here. No, it's not split. Because I know there are multiple words of having a split personality. Okay, that's fine. Oh, I'm pretty sure it's schizo. That's what I think. Yeah, schizo. I mean, there's so many ways to tell.
ジェノサイダー賞は多重人格者だから。
Is it because Genocide Check has a split personality? Huh?
あのファイルにもそんなことが書いてあったよね。
I think I read that somewhere in the file too.
犯人は乖離性同一性障害の可能性があると考えられる。
They thought the suspect might have, what did they call it? Dissociative identity disorder.
だからって深川東子殿がそうだとは。
Okay, but still, to go and say about Miss Fukawa is
言い切れるんだよ。
perfectly acceptable.
深川が多重人格者だということは死体発見直後のそいつの妙な言動が示している。
Toko's strange behavior after seeing the body is proof enough that she has a split personality. The one thing that shows Toko could have a split personality has to do with her behavior. I mean, she fainted and then her behavior changed. Like, you're talking about how she started totally different than usually, right?
思い出してみろ。そいつが藤崎の死体を見て気絶し、再び目を覚ました時のことをな。
That's right, think it back. When she fainted about how she saw Chihiro's corpse, and then when she woke up. I'm fine. What? Is it a dead body? Hey, are you dead? Okay, I'm not going to laugh at that. I'm skipping that. Oh yeah, you're saying asking if Chihiro's tape a brush on his head. He did not. I mean, his head is a brush. I mean, he is the brush, if you know what I mean. She must have hit her head real hard when she fainted. The world has a front and back, a top ending and a bottom, a sea of truth and a web of lies. This is quite concerning. I mean, she sounds completely different.
確かに様子がおかしかったな。彼女の代名詞である陰気な口調がなくなっていた。
She was acting funny, that's for sure. That melancholy tone of hers completely disappeared.
勝手にそんな代名詞をつけないでよ。
Don't go assigning my adjective to my tone without permission.
しかもそいつは気がついた後、藤崎の死体を見ても平然としていた。
Not to mention, once she regained consciousness and such Hiro's body again, she was utterly calm.
つまり、お前の中に気の苦手な人格とそうでない人格が混在しているということだ。
In other words, within her is one personality that can't handle blood, and a one that obviously can.
じゃあ深川ちゃんがジェノサイダーに怯えて部屋の中に閉じこもってたのは？
So when Toku trapped herself in the room, is it because she was scared of Genocide Jack? Yeah, she was talking about not letting her go. Genocide Jack have control. Getting now, like, rephrasing it back. I will drive out the killer. Drive out the murderous fiend.
そもそもそいつが部屋に閉じこもっていたのは、外の人間を中に入れないためじゃなく。
The reason she locked herself in the room, it wasn't to keep her other people from getting in.
中の人間を外に出さないためだったんだ。
It was to keep her other personality from getting out. What?
深川塔子は恐れていたんだよ。自分の中にいる殺人鬼が人を殺していくことをな。
Toko was afraid of the murderous fiend inside of her, of killing even more people.
どうして？
How?
そうだよ。どうしてそんなことまでわかるの？
Yeah, how can you all know about this?
朝比奈、お前は勘違いしているようだ。
I do believe you misunderstood her.
深川が言ったどうしての意味は、どうしてわかるのではなく、
What she is trying to say isn't how can you know all this?
どうしてバラしたのという意味だ。
No, what she wants to know is how could you tell them? Huh?
そいつが俺に妙な相談を持ちかけてきたのは、昨日の夜、モノクマから動機の話をされる直前だった。
Last night, just before Monokumas gave his motive speech, Toko and I had a strange conversation.
そこで、そいつは実に興味深い話をしてくれた。
She told me a most strange, interesting story.
自分の中に殺人鬼がいる。そいつが暴れ出さないかといつも怯えている。
As long the person is thinking she is doing it right, she will do it. I mean, I'm pretty sure if there's like an alarm, people will keep her inside anyways. She said a murderous fiend lives within her, and she was afraid it could appear and attack at any time.
そのせいで自分はネクラで排他的な性格になった。
And that predation is what caused her to have such a bleak attitude. Isn't that right, Toko? I will be pissed too, but the fact that she chose Byakuya out of everyone surprises me the most. Like, come on, we know his attitude. I mean, I'm pretty sure she is the ultimate writer, so she probably made like a book version, a story about a nerdy girl with like glasses like that, with big round glasses, and she thinks everything will be fine, he will protect me kind of scenario after getting such a cool revelation. But then again, nothing is about this story. That's a story for a reason. Come on, Toko. So basically, she trusted the wrong person. Basically, that's what I see.
嘘だよね、ふかちゃん。
This is all a lie, right, Toko?
待っててくれるって言ったのに。
I told you that this is like, oh my god, moment. You said you wouldn't tell anyone. What?
約束したのに騙したのね。
Come on, if you saw his personality, what do you expect? You promised. I can't believe you. You lied.
お前が勝手に勘違いしただけだ。聞いてもいないのに自分の不幸話をひきらかすなど。
You have only yourself to blame. You came to me with your tragic little story. I didn't ask you to. See, even he understands.
ここは現実世界だ。恋愛小説の世界じゃないんだぞ。
This is the real world, not some romantic fantasy fairy tale. I'm not going to do that.
それに約束を破ったのはそっちが先だ。
Besides, you
確かに言ったはずだぞ。
you broke your promise first.
ここにいる間は何があろうと絶対にジェノサイダーには人殺しをさせないと。
You said that as long as you were here, no matter what, you wouldn't let a genocide check kill anyone.
それにもかかわらず。
But in spite of that promise, I'm sorry, I couldn't keep a promise. But don't worry, never again. I won't let genocide check have control ever again.
約束を守れば付き合ってくれるって。
You said if I kept my promise, you would go out with me. Why would someone actually date you? I mean, with that, you're trusting the wrong persons, Toko. That's why maybe you're having trust issues. And you keep trusting the wrong person the whole time. I mean, we still don't really know if she was the killer. I mean, the ultimate genocide check. At least it's not really confirmed yet, since we still need to figure out a few more details. It's a little bit too early.
だから約束したのに。
That's the only reason I promised.
だから言っているだろう。それはお前の勘違いだと。
Yeah, that is also a problem when you're like in delusion world. If the person did not say it, but in your head the person did say, then you have your own yourself to blame. Unless the person forgets, but then I find it really weak.
だが、どちらにせよ約束は守れなかったな。やはり人を殺す快感には勝てなかったか？
But you weren't able to do it. You just couldn't resist that rush you got from killing, could you?
努力したわ。必死に押さえつけようとしたけど。
I tried, I swear. I just tried to control, but...
残念だったな。その努力は無駄だったようだ。
But your efforts were useless. What a disappointment.
ひどい。
I hate you.
さてと、そろそろ前座は終わりだ。あとは本人から直接話を聞くとしよう。
Well, the opening act is nearly finished. All that left is to hear from the person in question directly.
何？
The person?
それって。
You don't mean... No, I mean the normal version did not like it. I mean I mean, come on. I think you forgot that Toko is afraid for blood. So the one who's killing is a different personality. It's not a hidden personality. Otherwise, there will be much more seeing into it. Oh wait, I accidentally skipped one. Oops. Toko's body suddenly lunged backward. A huge thud echoes across the courtroom, but in the next second... Well, hello there! Is it me you were hoping to see? Huh? What the heck? So you figured out, huh? Well, whatever. What you gonna do? I am the ultimate murderous fiend, genocide check. Or better yet, let's go with genocide chill.
なんだよこいつ
What the fuck is this? Oh, sorry. As long as he is alive, I have to do this. There's no way I'm not doing it.
どうしたんだ深君
Toko, what happened to you? Not Toko, that's a loser name. And what happened is a textbook split personality. I told you it was not a hidden personality, but this is the split version. So what if one of them happens to be a serial killer? You should turn a blind eye to one's faults. I'm not going to say that. She is so intense. Like they say, sound in murderous mind, sound in murderous body.
それにしてもここまで違うものか
This is so different from the one we come to know. Yes, well, the world is composed of a front and a back, you know. Just like how every ending has a top and a bottom, or how in the depths of every truth lies a little lie. Hello. Behind every dark and gloomy soul lives another that shines as bright as the sun. This is the murderous fiend genocide Jack? This is beyond insane.
ですねジェノサイダー少佐一つ聞きたいのですが
Hello, welcome to the stream and have a nice dinner, right? Connect. Welcome to the stream, Kevin. Thank you very much. I hope your foreseeable streams also is going to be well. Miss Jack, Jill, can I ask you a question? What's up?
あなたが黒幕って話があったんですがそれについてはどうお考えですかね
Some of us think you might be the mastermind behind our entire situation. What are your thoughts on that? Well, I tell you, I am the mastermind of all masterminds. Just kidding. Okay, I'm going to take over. Then, it's not true?
当たり前でしょ
There we go.
僕をそんな変態さんと一緒にしないでよ
Of course not, it's not true. How dare you try to link me to that creepazoid?
っていうかさ外の警察も外の社会も最近は本当に無力化しちゃったんだね
And another thing, the police and the government and the society and the outside world are totally powerless.
こんなおまぬけ殺人鬼を
I have no idea.
野放しにしてるなんてさ
I mean, they're just let this idiotic, bloodthirsty maniac to go back all over town.
自分が加害者なのは分かった。でもね、生きるってことは他人を
That's
傷つけることでもある。
Genocide check. The split personality of Toko Fukawa. Oh, Eri Kojima, no idea. Sure, I'm a bloodthirsty maniac, but life is pain, right? To live is to hurt other people.
人は生きるために人を傷つけ、生きるために人に傷つけられているの。
It is a necessary evil if you want to survive. The act of living itself causes pain for everyone. Just kidding again.
これでお前たちも分かったはずだ。その殺人鬼が藤崎
I don't believe this, by the way. I don't believe this. This should be enough to convince you this murderous fiend is responsible for Chihiro's death.
動機もある以上間違いない。
There's clearly a motive, so there should be no doubt.
動機だと。
A motive?
昨日俺たちはモノクマに言われたな。
Remember what Monokuma told us?
24時間以内に誰かを殺して卒業しなければ恥ずかしい思い出や誰にも言えない過去をばらすと。
If someone didn't murder and graduate within 24 hours, an embarrassing memory or secret will be revealed.
では深川塔子の思い出や過去がゲノサイダーの件だったらどうだ？
Well, let's assume that Toko's secret was about genocide check.
そんな事実をばらされてしまえば深川塔子は間違いなく破滅する。
If a secret like that came to light, Toko's life will have undoubtedly been forever ruined.
つまりそいつには絶対にばらされたくないという動機も存在したんだよ。
So she had a very clear motive to never have that side of herself exposed.
なるほどね。なるほどなるほどなるほど。
Interesting. Very interesting.
残念でした。私は犯人じゃないのです。
But sorry, as much as I hate to admit it, I am not the culprit. Huh?
ですが、あなたのような殺人鬼以外にあんな猟奇的な殺しができるとは思えませんわ。
But I can't imagine anyone other than you could murder someone in such a bizarre fashion.
だけども、それが真実なのよね。
Maybe so, but nevertheless, it's the truth.
誰が信じると思う？
Do you really expect any of us to believe you?
そうだよ、殺人鬼の言葉なんて信じらんないよ。
I mean, fair enough, but then again, when you have a split personality, you cannot remember what the other side is thinking. Depends on case by case, but often that's the case. So, oh yeah, when I was like remembering, Tuku did say, there's a dead body over here, But then again, you need to remember people's brain here are like peas. They have a different thinking. Yeah, I could never believe a word you say, you monster. Maybe she is totally right about that, but something is still bothering me. What she said, I need to get some more details about all this. I mean, the first trial, they were like, yeah, that samurai sword is the murder weapon, even though it's stated in the Monokuma file, there's a knife within her, or she's been stabbed. And when we saw the dead body there was like a normal knife, not like a katana. Yeah, you need to remember, remember, you're also like in a high stake, your life is on the line. So every dopamine is going to hit you. Whenever you will think straight or not is all up for debate. What she said, I need to get some more details about all of this. Okay, let's see what we're getting. Status of the dead body. I didn't get anyone.
そんな言葉を誰が信じると思う？
アリバイでもあれば別ですが。
Now we're talking.
今回の殺人と過去のお前の事件、完全に手口が一致している。それ以上の根拠はあるまい。 諦めろ。犯人はお前だ。
Oh, by the way, you see that purple bullet? Well, that's if I attack the other like purple tags, I will get 1 second extra. It's not much, but 1 second is 1 second. Okay, I have just to focus on remembering Chihiro's body. That must be the answer. That should prove that he said isn't quite right.
そんな言葉を誰が信じると思う。
アリバイでもあれば別ですが。
今回の殺人と過去のお前の事件、完全に手口が一致している。
Yeah, I accidentally did the wrong button.
完全に手口が一致。本当にそうなのかな。
Are the methods of the murder really exactly the same? I'm not sure about that.
藤崎さんの殺人と過去のジェノサイダーショーの事件、完全に一致してるとは思えないけど。
I think there's a slight difference between the genocide check case and this one.
どこが違うんだ？
How is that any different?
おやおや、わかんないの？
Oh, you don't know?
じゃあ教えてよ。
Well done, human garbage. Let me tell you.
私はね、信念と情熱を持ってやってんの。
I murdered with passion and conviction.
だから私の殺しには一流ならではのこだわりってもんがあんのよ。
I consider myself a professional and I have a very particular way of doing things.
人気ラーメン店がスープや麺や具材にこだわるのと一緒。
Imagine you go to a fancy Italian restaurant. They are very picky about the noodles, the sauce, everything.
だけどこの藤崎千尋の殺人は
But what happened to Chihiro?
これじゃ人気ラーメン店監修のインスタント麺程度の仕上がりよ。
It'd be like that if the same Italian restaurant started using ragu or chef bognanate. I mean, to be fair, a killer starts out with nothing. They will just kill you with a certain thing. But as a professional, you're leaving your signature. If you're like confident, you're not getting caught. You start leaving your signature. And when someone is trying to be a copycat, yeah, she is also angry that there is an identity fraud going on.
こんなの私の仕事じゃないわ。
This is no creation of mine.
僕からもう一度ちゃんと説明するけど、
Let me rephrase that in a way that maybe makes more sense.
藤崎さんの殺人と過去のジェノサイダー小事件には明らかに異なる点が2つ存在するんだ。
There are two clear differences between genocide check and this one. There's only one clear difference between the murders. In the photos from the other genocide check cases, look at the neck and the stomach. You see here the style. They are all killed by the scissors, and we have already established the murder weapon, and that's a blunt dumbbell. For one, the cause of death is different. Look here, they're all scissors.
全て同じ方法で殺されてたみたいだった。
In the case of genocide check murderers, all the victims killed the same way.
同じ方法。事件ファイルを見る限り、みんなハサミで殺されてたんだ。
According to the case file, they all were apparently killed with a pair of scissors.
でも、藤崎さんは頭部を殴打されて殺されてたよね。
But Chihiro died from a blow to the head, right?
過去の事件とは違いますな。
Ah, yeah, that's remarkably different from the other murders.
変だよね。いつも同じ手口のジェノサイダーショーが今回に限って手口を変えるなんて。
Wouldn't it be strange for someone who kills the same way without fail to suddenly change their method?
でもそれだけじゃないんだ。
And there's one
あ
more,
る点はもう一つあるんだよ。
and there's more. One more conflicting detail.
そう、私の殺人芸術において血文字がチャーシューだとすると。
That's right, in my recipe of murder, if the bloody message is the tortellini,
貼り付けとはいわば煮卵なの。
then the arrangement of the body would be the pesto sauce.
米に例えるのそろそろやめね。
Could you please stop comparing killing people to cooking? To be fair, cooking is art. Killing people, according to a lot of other people, is art too. You start out very messy, and then you start to be very professional. It's an art. I'm not saying it's a good art or a lot of people will agree to it, but it is something. Hello, welcome to the stream, Rain. No. I think you lost the context. You lost the context. I mean, you kinda did join on the awkward timing, especially when the...
つまり2つ目の相違点とはその貼り付けに関するものなのだな。
So are you saying that all the difference has to do with how the body has arranged? That's right. The second difference is related on how she was suspended. In the photos of the other genocide cases, all the other victims were stabbed through their hands. Here, you will see a clear difference. How the body was posed and what was used. I mean, both of them. But we did already the middle one first, so it's best to give them new information.
そこで使われてた道具を覚えてる？
Do you remember what the killer used to suspend her?
彼女は手をロープ状のもので結ばれて貼り付けにされてたよね。
They used some kind of rope to hang up her by the wrist.
それがどうしたのです？
What's your point?
だけど過去のジェノサイダー小事件で貼り付けに使われてたのは
Well, in all the previous genocide check cases, something else was used to suspend them.
それも鋭利なハサミだったんだよ。
Specifically, pairs of razor-sharp scissors.
私は殺しにも貼り付けにも自作のマイハサミを使用しているの。
And guess what? I used my own specially designed scissor for murders and the arrangement.
一流なんだから道具にこだわって当然でしょ。
Like I said, I'm a professional, so naturally I'm very picky about the tools I use. You know, I don't want to. This is my signature.
それに。
And you know what else?
マー君は2つの相違点って言ったけどそれは違う。
Big Mac said there's two differences, but he is wrong.
マー君って
Are you? He's the thinnest guy that you can see, and he is saying he's a Big Mac. Excuse me more.
マー君、相違点はもう一つあるのよ。
Listen up, Big Mac. There's actually one more difference. Huh?
おや気づかない？過去の私の事件で被害者になった連中。
My word, you really didn't notice? Take a look who the victims were in each genocide tech case.
そこに隠された法則にさ。
There's a pattern there just waiting to be discovered.
法則
A pattern?
その法則から考えればすぐにわかるじゃない。私があのロリっ子を殺さない理由くらいはさ。
Figure that out and it will be plain as death why I couldn't have possibly killed that little lolly girl. Let's see. There's the pattern surrounding the genocide check victims and Chihiro didn't fit. If you look at the names of every victim, what would you notice is... I think I figured out why she couldn't have killed Chihiro. It's because she was a girl.
もしかして
Professionals have
女
standards.
性だったから。
リンゴ入りました。
Bingo! Bullseye! Right on the money.
どういうことだべ？
What are you talking about?
過去のジェノサイダー小事件の被害者たちにはある法則性があったんだよ。
In all the genocide jack cases, all the victims had something in common. All were men. Ken Harada, 32. Tashihiro Honda, 17. Shoujo Gaku, 23. Kano Isai, 14. Takeshi Yoshida, 30. I mean, to be fair, yeah. No. No. Yeah, there is literally a guy with 14. To be fair, Japan has like a consent age of 13. So I think 14 I can see why 14 might be on the list too. I'm pretty sure, hold on. I need to remember Japanese age of consent. Japan age of consent. Oh no. And okay, the game was made in 2010, remember? Okay, the game is made in 2010. And 2023, the age of sexual consent from raised from 13 to 16. So if we're like agreeing with the time that the game was made, by the time she was to be fair, I have no idea, but Toko is really in her shell, so. But this is again, it is a split personality, so you cannot really know, and she is like a serial killer, so you cannot really do anything about it. But yeah, the age of consent was back in the days when the game was made in 2010. It was 13, but since we are now living in 2025, Japan did 2023. They raised the age of consent to 16 years old. I have no idea about the gents. It's all about the gender and how I guess this is what we have. Matsuna Taro, Takafumi Gono, Uchida Naoshida, Takeshi Masamune, Mue, Yato Yumayata, and there's no end to it. They were all guys. That's right! The people I kill with such passion and conviction are all adorable little men. I can't believe I said it! I'm so embarrassed! What the hell is wrong with you? I can't help it! I'm just a full-throttle boy-on-boy fangirl! And the mob beside of me just hates it! But now I'm on the fast track of becoming a full-fledged fan, madam! So, since Chihiro was a girl and not an adorable little man, you wouldn't kill her? Would an Italian chef suddenly start making ramen just because they're both noodles? Don't be stupid! I have too much passion and conviction to cross that line. It's an absolute reality of one and only. There is a rule that you can kill 2 people maximum, and that's it. So basically, in theory, you can kill 2 people at the same time. Oh, we're talking about Toko and genocide show if you kill her. Honestly, I have no idea. It is, I guess, only the body. We get it, but you clearly explained your hobby and your philosophy, but that doesn't all there is to it. It's a different matter entirely when you're forced to kill in order to survive. Quiet, lowly cur. Loli cur?
私はね、生き残るためとかそんなせこい理由で殺しなんかしねえんだ。
I would never kill for a reason as petty as mere survival.
だけども万が一生き残るために殺さなきゃいけない場合があったら、
And if I some fluke I did kill to survive.
誰が貼り付けや血文字なんかやるかっつーの。バレバレだしめんどいだけじゃねえか。
Why would I bother with the message and the arrangement? This makes me too obvious of a suspect.
それももっともですわね。
That does make some amount of sense.
それにどんな場合の殺しだろうと使い慣れたハサミは絶対に外されんですけど。
Plus, whatever the reason I have for killing, I would never leave out my prized scissors.
わざわざクソ重いダンベルなんか誰が使うかって。
Who would go for out of their way to use a big, stupid, heavy dumbbell?
学園内に適当なハサミがないから近場にあったダンベルを代用したのでは。
Maybe you used the dumbbell because you couldn't find any scissors in school?
適当なハサミ？
Any scissors?
私が使うのは適当なハサミじゃなくてガイアさえひざまつく超おしゃれな自作のハサミよ。
I don't just use any scissors. I use my own set of high class and with the entire world scissors.
なおさらこの学園にはねえべ。
Okay, whatever. There still isn't any in the school.
それはどうかしらん。
Are you sure about that? Ta-da!
装備済み。
She is fully equipped.
いつでもどこでもやれるようにね。
That's right. I can kill anywhere, anytime.
身近にあって慣れ親しんでるハサミを使わずにロープやダンベルなんか使うわけねえだろ。
Why should I resort to dumbbells or rope when I have my trusty scissors by my side?
違うねえだろこの負け犬ども。
Go ahead. Tell me I'm wrong. You can't, can you? Good little dogs, all of you.
そもそもさ、私って片結びできないのよね。だからロープなんて使えないし。
Not to mention, I have no clue how to tie a good knot. So rope is totally out of the question anyway.
わけがわからなくなってしまったぞ。本当にこの殺人鬼は犯人ではないのか。
I have no idea what's going on anymore. Could such a heinous villain really be innocent?
だけどよ、あの死体は貼り付けにされてたんだぞ。それって一般人は知らねえはずなんだろ。
But the body was really suspended, right? And nobody could the police knew about it.
だから模倣犯じゃなくて本人の仕業って話になったんだしね。
I have no idea. Let's say it's anime manga world. Yeah, that's why we have to figure out if it to be the real deal and not some copycat killer or whatever. Hold on, there is one person. The one person who got copied genocide check cases. And the only other people that known besides me is Byakuya.
これが僕の答えだ。戸上君、君なら可能だったんじゃないかな。
Byakuya, is it possible you could have found out, isn't it?
君は非公開の政府関連資料や警察内部資料にも簡単に目を通すことができるような人物なんだし。
You have no problem in gaining access to classified government documents or internal police records.
それにジェノサイダー小事件の捜査報告書は前からよく見てたんだよね。
Plus, you already looked through the genocide check file before this all happened, hadn't you?
つまり戸上白夜殿が犯人だと。
Are you saying Mr. Togami did it?
では戸上君がジェノサイダー小犯人説を主張していたのは
Then the reason he pushed the theory of genocide check being the killer so hard was
ジェノサイダー小に自分の罪をかぶせるためだったのですね。
because he wanted to pin the crime on her.
じゃあ現場を偽装して私の犯行に見せかけたのって。
So he arranged the scene to disguise it and make it look I put my stamp on it.
イケメンメガネだったのね。燃える。
The adorable glasses man was behind it all. I'm so on fire. Well, Byakuya, what's your response?
そう俺が怪しいというんだな
I see, so now the suspicion falls on me.
では聞くがいつから俺が怪しいと思い始めたそれについてはどう答える
Then I must ask, when would you say I began acting suspicious? Surely you must have known the answer.
今振り返って考えてみると
Looking back and thinking about it now.
死体を発見する直前の戸上君の行動
The
あれがちょっ
way...
と気になったんだ
Sorry. The way you were acting right before we discovered the body was a little strange. And the locker rooms. They're suspicious. Very suspicious indeed. Wouldn't you agree? Huh? Suspicious? Okay, let me say this after and I will drink. It seems nobody searched the locker room. Let's start with the girls' locker room. It's like immediately going to the girls' locker room instead of the boys' locker room.
戸上君最初から女子更衣室に行こうとしたよねでもさ男子だったら普通は
You want to go to the girls' locker room right away, right? But since you're a guy,
男子更衣室から見るはずは
I should have naturally thought of the boys' locker room first. Is that what you wanted to try to say?
被害者は女の藤崎だっただから女子更衣室を先に調べると言った
But there was no way we known that Chihiro was the first one to be dead. The victim was Chihiro, a girl. That's why I said we should check the girls' locker room.
何もおかしくありませんな
Nothing strange about that, I say.
やっぱりおかしいよ
On the contrary, there's something very strange.
では何がおかしいのか
Okay then, what's so strange about it?
苗木よ教えてもらおうか
Go ahead, share it with the rest of the class. There's a clear contradiction in what Byakuya just said. I need to make it clear to everyone. Yes, please. Okay, we need to be agreeing with someone else's statement. And use that specific statement to destroy another lie bullet.
戸上の死体発見前の行動が変って
Like this.
どこが変なの
チャンスがあれば女子更衣室に入る
How did he know it was Chihiro as a victim?
被害者の藤崎は女だだから女子更衣室を先に調べると言ったんだ寄り道している場合ではなかったからなそれのどこがおか
What's
しい
so
んだ
strange about it?
僕も連れてってほしかったですな
That's disgusting, Hifumi. Hearing Byakuya comments about Chihiro being a girl, I realized there's a clear contradiction here. Yeah, because it doesn't make sense on how he could have known before we even found it. This is particular.
戸上の死体発見前の行動が変って
There we go. I mean, we still needed this bullet anyways.
チャンスがあれば女子更衣室に入る男子としては当然
被害者の藤崎は女だ
それは違う
戸上君の発言はやっぱり変だよ
I will tell you what's so strange about that.
だって死体を発見するまでは被害者が誰かなんてわからなかったはずだよ
Because up until now, we actually discovered the body, we couldn't have known who the victim was.
つまり被害者が藤崎さんだから先に女子更衣室を見たって主張は成立しないんだよ
So you claim that you went to the girls' locker room first because Chihiro was the victim doesn't hold up.
なるほどいい答えだ
I see, that's a good answer, I must admit it.
面白いぞ苗木誠だがそれだけの根拠ではまだ弱いな
Even if it's like too weak, it's still something we need to put a reminder on. Interesting, very interesting indeed. But your reasoning is still too weak. Huh?
どうした 根拠はそれだけか？他にもあるはずだぞ。それを示してみろ。
What's wrong? Is that it? Surely you got more than that. Go ahead, show us. What's with Byakuya's attitude? Like he doesn't even care. We got him cornered, but he's acting like it was nothing to do with him.
どうした？それで終わりじゃないだろう。
What's the matter?
根拠があるんだよな。
What's the matter? You're not finished already, are you? There must be more than it to it.
多分あると思うけど。
There is, I think,
根拠ならあるわよ。
there is more to it. Think about it.
さっきも話していた今回の事件と過去のジェノサイダー小事件との相違点。
We just talked about the difference between the case and the past genocide check incident.
根拠はそこに隠されているはずよ。
The proof you're looking for is hidden in there.
俺が犯人だという根拠がか？
Oh, proof that I'm the culprit, you mean? Difference between this case and the other genocide check murders. The evidence that proves Byakuya is responsible is in there? What could it be? It's the desk lamp. I think the court, you haven't really, yeah, the library desk lamp.
2つの事件の相違点ね。もう一回私から説明しようか。私が殺しで使うのは自作のマイハサミ。貼り付けに使うのも自作のマイハサミ。
ですが藤崎さんの貼り付けに使われていたのはロープじゃありませんでしたか。
It was kind of rope.
そうだ、確かにロープだったぞ。
あのロープは怪しいですな。
おいトガミ、あれはどこから持ってきたんだ？
あんなロープに見覚えなど。
I should shoot it, but we want to see what the last one
誰
is.
かが隠し持っていたものだろう。
The proof that Byakuya did it is hidden within the rope. I thought it was impossible first. The item she had been bound was used like rope, but it's actually a rope. No, it wasn't. Byakuya didn't use rope. He used a very specific object.
2つの事件の相違点。もう一回私が殺しで
Oh wait, maybe I should get all those.
使うのも自作のマイハサミ。
ですが藤崎さんのロープじゃありませんでしたか。
そうだ、確かにロープだったぞ。
あのロープは怪しいですな。
おいトガミ、あれはどこから持ってきたんだ？
あんなロープに見覚えなどないな。
それは違う。
It really sticks when the purple text is over the orange one.
戸上君は見覚えがあるはずだよ。
Actually, I'm pretty sure you have seen it before.
藤崎さんの貼り付けに使われたあのロープ。
Because you see, the rope, or should I say,
あの延長コードのね。
that extension cord.
延長コードですと？
What? An extension cord?
実際戸上君は図書室であの延長コードを使ってたよね。
Byakuya used the extension cord in the library more than once, haven't you?
しかもあの延長コードは
And the same extension cord that was in the library all this time.
事件後には図書室からなくなってたんだ。
Went missing after the murderer.
延長コードを使っていた本人がそのことに気づかないはずがないよ。
And there's no way someone who uses the extension code as much as you do wouldn't discover that fact.
では延長コードを持ち出したのは戸上君だ。それ以外には考えられまい。
That Byakuya must be the one who took the extension cord. I can't imagine any other possibility.
なるほど。そうか。では結論はこういうことか？
What is really what you think? Then your conclusion is something like this?
俺は藤崎千尋を女子更衣室で殺した後、死体の貼り付けと血文字をでっち上げ、
I catch Chihiro in the girls' locker room, then hung her up and wrote that bloody message.
その犯行をジェノサイダーショーの仕業に見せかけた。
I intentionally made it look like genocide check was behind it.
そういうことでいいか？
Is that about right? He's doing that again. He's totally calm, totally unconcerned, as if he's not even involved. Wait, not even involved?
どうした？それでいいのかと聞いているんだ。
What's wrong? I asked you if you think what's happened.
いいに決まってんだろ。これで決まりだ。戸上の野郎が犯人だ。
He's really pushing Byakuya as the killer. Hell yeah, that's what happened. So that's it, right? Byakuya is the killer. I don't disagree with no disagreeing. He kept calling this a game, right? So he'd be totally willing to do something like this to win. I think it's a little bit too obvious, no? Sorry, but could we just hold on just a second? I think we need to talk about this a little more.
そんな必要あんのか？だって犯人はもう決まったべ。
Do we really need to be? We already decided who did it. I know, but still. There's still something that's bothering me. Is that right? And what, pray tell, is still bothering you?
俺が藤崎千尋を女子更衣室で殺し、その死体を偽装した。
I killed her in the girls' locker room, then disguised my crime.
そうすることでこの犯行を頭のおかしい殺人鬼の仕業に見せかけた。
Specifically, I dressed it up to make it look like it was the work of a homicidal psychopath.
それの何が引っかかるの？
What about all of that bothers you? Wait, what was this now? Something's not right. Okay, I killed her in the girls' locker room, then disguised my crime. Chihiro's body was definitely found in the girls' locker room, but does that mean? Can I really just accept what Byakuya said as truth? No, I don't think so. There's definitely something off about what he said. I don't know, we're going to see it. You say you killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, right? But are you sure about that? Isn't it possible that the murder took place somewhere else? How disappointing.
何を言い出すかと思えば期待外れもいいところだな。
What kind of question is that? Even in the world of disappointments, this is a true letdown.
あいつは間違いなく女子更衣室で死んでいただろう。
She was found dead in the girls' locker room. There's absolutely no question about that.
現場が他の場所でなどあるわけがない。
Then how could the scene of the crime have been anywhere else?
だけど他の場所で殺された後に運ばれた可能性だってあるんじゃないのかな。
Well, I think it's entirely possible that she was killed somewhere else, then carried there later, along with the rest of the murder scene.
現場ごとだと？
The rest of the murder scene? We will see. I mean, the murder weapon is a gym weapon, like it's that dumbbell. So it was from the gym. That's awfully suspicious. Specific. Please tell me you have a reason for saying all of that. I believe I do. Hey Byakuya, did I just take you off guard? When the story suddenly moved up to this crime scene, Byakuya, who've been so confidently up to now, maybe Byakuya never even realized that the actual scene of the crime could have been somewhere else. Hey, don't just move on without permission. What do you mean she was killed somewhere else? Come on, Makoto?
現場が他の場所だという可能性があるなら、その根拠を言ってみろ。
I mean, the poster looks awfully off. I cannot see my evidence list here. If there's any chance of the murder took place somewhere else, let's see the proof. Evidence that shows the murder took somewhere else. There's something as this was switched between the boys and the girls' locker room.
現場が他の場所だと示す根拠は更衣室にあったポスターだよ。
The proof that she was killed somewhere else is the poster that's hanging in each of the locker room.
ポスターが根拠だと。
Your proof is some posters?
女子更衣室にあったポスターってさ、
The poster in the girls' locker room was.
巨乳グラビアアイドルのものだった。
I'm getting demonetized again, I think.
なんか変じゃない？
A picture of a big boobed supermodel. But don't you think that's kind of strange?
だって女子更衣室のポスターがグラビアアイドルのものなんてさ。
I mean, you can bring stuff to your locker room and no one is going to question. That's the whole point of this killing game. If there's no rule for it, then you just can do things. No. I have no idea if I got demonetized. I'm not that big yet, so I cannot get demonetized so early. But why would the girls' locker room have a poster like that? I'm telling you, there's no reason we girls have a supermodel. I mean, yeah, women are in nature very jealous. I'm not saying men are not jealous. There are so many jealous men over there. But still, is that something that you need to remember? Why? Wow, that's a jealous answer, a genocide chill. I bet those messages of hers were totally fake.
それともう一方の男子更衣室に貼られていたのは
Meanwhile, the boys' locker room have
女子に大人気のアイドルグループトルネードのポスターだったんだ。
a poster of a super popular boy band, Tornado. I mean, Tornado is so easy to remember, but probably also rememberable.
これも男子更衣室にはふさわしくないよね。
Again, that doesn't really seem to belong in a boys' locker room.
つまり女子更衣室と男子更衣室のポスターは
Bro,
互いに入れ替えられていると。
you're saying that maybe the posters were switched?
それだけじゃないよ。二つの更
Could
衣
be.
室にはもう一つおかしな
No
点があ
idea.
ったんだ。
No, not important for the case, so we can skip that. Actually, the theory behind it. You can do that in Discord, but not here. And there's one other thing I noticed about the locker room.
そうだよね。
You know what I'm talking about, right, Sakura?
もしやプロテインコーヒーのことを言っておるのか。
You're referring to my protein coffee, aren't you?
プロテインコーヒ
Protein coffee?
以前女子更衣室でのトレーニング中に
No, if you want to discuss it in Discord. don't discuss it over here. Otherwise, I will probably get. Oh, I mean, I did not have like as a command. I have it as a about me page. If you go to the about me page on Twitch, you can see the Discord link or the Discord icon, and you have to press it on that. I mean, I have no idea how people actually don't see that. I need to make it different. I don't want to make weird comments. While I was in the girls' locker room earlier, I spilled some protein coffee on the carpet.
されど事件後に見たときはそのシミがきれいに掃除されていたのだ。
But I noticed that after the murder, the stain had totally scrubbed away. No, that's not the stain, it was scrubbed away. It was moved. In the boys' locker room, there was protein coffee.
女子更衣室
So
の
basically
カー
that
ペットに
brown
あったシミ
stain.
は掃除されたわけじゃないんだ。
And the stain on the girls' locker room carpet wasn't scrubbed away.
男子更衣室のカーペットで見つかったよ。
In fact, I found it on the boys' locker room carpet.
それは確かに我がこぼしたプロテインコーヒーの痕跡だ。
That's definitely the stain from my protein coffee.
ではカーペットまでもが入れ替えられていたというのですか？
Then does that mean that the carpets were switched too?
ですが何のためでしょう？
But why would anyone do that?
犯行現場を男子更衣室から女子更衣室に移すため。そうは考えられないかな。
To move this murder scene from one locker room to another. It's certainly possible, don't you think? What?
つまり犯人は現場を入れ替えるために
In other words, in order to completely swap the scene of the crime.
死 体と一緒に結婚の付着したポスターとカーペットを移動させたんだ。
The bloodstained poster and carpet were moved along the dead body.
そうすることで現場を部屋ごと入れ替えたんだ。
By doing this, the killer was able to change the entire room where the murder took place.
確かにそう考えることはできますが、その行為にどんな意味があるのです？
I can certainly follow your reasoning, but why would the culprit bother doing that? Huh?
わざわざ現場を入れ替えるなんて、どうしてそんなことをする必要があるのでしょう？
Why would it go all that trouble switching the scene of the crime?
いえ、それ以前に本当の殺人現場が男子更衣室なのだとしたら。
Actually, even a bigger question. If the murder did place in the boys' locker room,
被害者である藤崎さんはどのようにして男子更衣室に入ったのですか？
then how did Chihiro get in the boys' locker room in the first place?
更衣室に入るにはカードリーダーに電子生徒手帳を通さなければなりません。
To get into the locker rooms, you have to swipe your e-handbook across the card reader device.
ですが、女性である藤崎さんの電子生徒手帳では女子更衣室にしか入れないはずです。
But Chihiro's handbook should have only entered her access to the girls' locker room.
つまり彼女は男子更衣室には入れなかったはずなのです。
She had no way to get into the boys' locker room to begin with.
いや、方法ならある。なんなら俺が教えてやってもいいべ。
No, she did have a way, and I can tell you what it was.
怪しいですよね。
I highly doubt that.
怪しくない。ビシッと教えてやる。その方法ってやつをな。
Shut up! I'm telling you! I know how she could have done it! Is he right? Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow? Thank you for joining the Discord.
本当にあるのですか？
Don't forget to read the
藤崎さ
rules.
んが男子更衣室に入る方法が。
僕には分かったぞ。彼女は電子生徒手帳を
No, you cannot. It was broken. Or at least we couldn't find the e-handbook.
それくらいはできたはずだぞ。
いや、そうじゃねえ。あいつは玄関ホールのあれを使ったんだ。もちろんクワタッチの電子生徒手帳。
Oh wait, I need the last one.
あれを使えば男子更衣室に入れるはずだって。
Theoretically, if Chihiro is able to use Leon's handbook, she could have get into the boys' locker room. But when we found Leon's handbook in the main hall, there's no doubt that it was. In which case, can we really say she used it?
本当にあるのですか？藤崎さんが男子更衣室に入る方法が。
僕には分かったぞ。彼女は電子生徒手帳を改造したのだ。
Oh wait, my bad. My bad.
本当にあるのです。藤崎さんが男子更衣室に。
僕には彼女電子生徒手帳
That's no proof.
いや、そうじゃねえ。あいつは玄関ホールな。人はもちろんクワタッチの電子生徒。
But Leon's handbook was broken, my bad.
それは違う。
藤崎さんが桑田君の生徒手帳を使ったとは考えられないよ。
No, I don't think Chihiro used Leon's handbook.
なんでだろう。
Why not?
壊れてたんだよ。玄関ホールにあった桑田君の生徒手帳。
Because Leon's handbook was broken.
なるほど。じゃあ無理だな。
Well then, yeah, I guess that's pretty impossible, huh?
呆れるほどにあっさりだな。
I'm struck silent by how quickly you gave up.
それ以前に他人の生徒手帳を使うのは法則違反じゃありません？
Plus, isn't there a regulation against using someone else's handbook?
法則にあったのは他人への貸与禁止だけだ。他人に貸すのは禁止だが借りるのは禁止じゃない。
Actually, the rule states that loaning your handbook is prohibited. It says nothing about borrowing one.
つまり死人の電子生徒手帳をいくら借りようとも 法則違反にはならないはずだ。
In other words, you could borrow a dead person's handbook all you want, and you'd be safe.
そう、その通りなのです。
Yep. That hit the nail square on the noggin.
だが、そもそも壊れているのでは話にならんな。
Of course, if it were broken, that wouldn't make any sense anyway.
やはり改造したのかな。超高校級のプログラマーの腕を使って。
So then she must have hacked hers like I said. She used her ultimate programmer skills and...
どっこい。電子生徒手帳の改造は不可能だよ。勝手に中を開けると防犯ブザーが鳴る仕組みなんで。
Bzzzt. You can't fix an e-handbook. The instant you open one up, the security buzzer starts blaring.
桑田の電子生徒手帳でもなく改造したわけでもないとなる。
So if she didn't use Leon's handbook and she didn't modify her own handbook.
むしろ苗木誠殿の推理の方が間違い。
Maybe Mr. Naegi initial assumption is just wrong.
被害者が男子更衣室に入れないならそうなっちゃうよね。
It seems like there's no way she got into the boys' locker room, so I guess so.
では僕は戸上くんに投票するぞ。
Okay, okay then, I vote for Byakuya. Is that then? Chihiro was killed in the girls' locker room, and Byakuya's the one who did it. Really? Still, I don't know what else I can do.
ちょっと待って。
Hold on a second.
苗木君の推理はいい線いってると思うけど、私は彼の意見に賛成よ。
I agree with you though. I think you're on the right track.
久々に口開いたと思ったら何言ってやがんだ。
What the? You finally decide to open your mouth and that's what you gotta say?
あいつは男子更衣室に入れねえんだぞ。だったら
There's no way she could get in the boys' locker room, right? So,
どうして入れないと決めつけられるの？男子更衣室に入った可能性は残っているはずよ。
why are you so sure she didn't get in? There's still one other way she could have gained access. What?
ギリギリくん、それはどのような可能性だ。
What are you talking about? What other way is there?
そうね。それを確かめるために。
Well, to explain that.
どうかしら。少し学級裁判を休憩しない？みんなを連れて行きたい場所があるんだけど。
Why don't we take a little break from the trial? I'd like you to come see something.
ちょっと何言ってんのさ。
Wait. What do you think you're doing?
その方が学級裁判も盛り上がると思うわよ。それはあなたにとっても好都合なはずだけど。
Don't worry, this will make the whole trial more exciting. I'm sure though that must please you.
学級裁判が盛り上がるの？
Huh? It will make things more exciting?
じゃあいいよ。学級裁判の中断を宣言しましょう。
Well, alright then. I declare an official class trial recess.
本当に？
Huh? For real?
見せたいものってどこにあんの？つまんないものだったら許さないからね。
Now then, what is it you wanna show us? It's better not be boring or I will be very unhappy.
ご期待に添えると思うわよ。じゃあ行きましょうか。
Oh, I have no doubt it will meet your lofty expectation. So shall we go? So before I even know what was happening, the class trial has been put on hold. We headed off with Kyoko in the lead. And where she took was the scene of the crime.
女子更衣室？
The girls' locker room?
ここは散々調べたぞ。今さらなんだというのだ。
You already searched this place top to bottom. What are you trying to pull, Missy?
被害者の死体。
I like you
もう
to
一度詳しく調べてみて。
I like you examine the victim's body one more time. You want to check it again?
全身をじっくりと。
Be sure to examine the entire body very carefully. Take your time.
じっくりと死体を触れって。
Examine her carefully, like using our hands.
無理無理無理無理。
No way, no way, no way, no way, no way, no way.
女性の体をベタベタと触るわけにもいかないから
It's probably best if I don't.
まあ遠慮した方がいいだろうな
It's probably best if I don't run my hands all over a girl's dead body.
俺は気持ち悪いとかそういうあれじゃなくて、
It's
これには
just,
宗教上の問題があるとかないとか。
it's not that I'm creeped out or anything, but it's just based on religious grounds, you know?
なら我がやろう
Very well, I will do it.
でも女の子のさくらちゃんが死体に触るなんてやっぱ
Hina,
ここは男子に
please.
任せた方が
The boys doesn't want to touch a little girl's, I mean a girl's body. Not a little bit, I mean she's petite, but she's the same age as, but it's kinda weird. But you're a girl, you shouldn't have touched that body. Just let one of the boys do it.
いや藤崎も男に触られるよりは女である我に触られる方がマシだろう
No, it's okay. I think Chihiro would rather have a girl examine her.
我に任せておけ
So just leave this to me.
さくらちゃん
あれユリなの？二人ってそういう関係？
What is this? Some kind of secret girl on girl action? Is that what you two are about?
そんなんじゃないよふざけないで
That's not at all. Stop screwing around.
では
Okay,
始めるぞ
here I go.
藤崎よすまんが調べさせてもらうぞ
I'm sorry, Chihiro. Please excuse the intrusion. Putting her hands together in a brief prayer, and Sakura begins to quietly examine her body.
全身をじっくりと調べるのよ。そうすれば謎が解けるわ。
Be sure to check her entire body, and I believe we solved this particular mystery.
全身をワインは
Her entire body? I know that, but
こんなことに一体何の意味が
what? This is. What does this mean? I'm not going to say that.
どうしたの？
What is it?
バカだそんなバカだ
Not possible! It's not possible! Sakura's eyes were staring wildly at Chihiro's lifeless form. Her massive frame trembled.
こいつは
No, Sakura's build is really a girl anatomy. She's the super martial arts, so that's why she's quite buffed, by the way. This girl is... Is what?
男だ
It's a boy!
そうですか男の人でしたが本当にありがとうございました
Ah, I see. So she was actually a he. Interesting. Thank you for confirming this fact. What?
冗談だ。
You're joking, right?
我は冗談など言わぬ
I wouldn't joke about this. Then
本当なのか？
that is really true.
男？藤崎さんが？
Chihiro was a guy.
おやおやお前ら知らなかったのそんなの最初から分かりきってることじゃん
Oh what? Did you guys didn't know? Heck, I knew that right off the bat.
藤崎千尋は男の子だよ
Chihiro Fujisaki is totally a guy.
なんとじゃそうだったか。己燃えやがる。やっときゃよかった。
Then he was crossed as a cross-dresser. Now I'm really on fire. I wish I had killed him. So now it solidifies the fact that Toga did not kill her. I mean him. So so that's what Kyoko wanted to show everyone, huh? Interesting. I'm not saying that no, I don't think it's that point a fanboy. Honestly, I have no idea.
確かに面白くなってきたね。こいつは盛り上がってまいりましたよ。
Yes, that certainly does make things much more exciting.
じゃあテンションを持続させたまま裁判所に戻ってさっさと議論を再開させましょうか。
I mean, she was the one who was touching at the investigation time, so she knew already it was like Chihiro, the enemy. I mean, we are the protagonists, so of course we have to uncover it. And she does not even know what her own talent is. Now let's ride this wave of excitement back to the classroom courtroom and get back to the trial.
長らくお待たせしました。では学級裁判を再開します。
Aha! I do apologize for keeping you waiting. Now then, let's resume the class trial.
衝撃の事実発覚。藤崎千尋は男だった。では、その続きからどうぞ。
We've all just learned about the shocking revelation that Chihiro was actually a boy. Let's pick it from here.
どんな理由があったかは知らないけど、藤崎千尋は女性ではなく男性だった。それは確かよ。
Yes, well, I don't know know his reasoning for hiding it, but the fact is Chihiro was not a girl, but a boy. To think that Chihiro was actually a guy. The thought has never crossed my mind.
そして被害者が男性だったなら男子更衣室にも問題なく入れたはずよ。
And because the victim was male, he would have no problem gaining access to the boys' locker room.
やつの電子生徒手帳が男のものならそうなるな。
Assuming his handbook did, in fact, list his gender as male, then yes, it would have been true.
もちろん、男子の電子生徒手帳を配ってあるよ。だって藤崎くんは男の子だもん。
Of course! This handbook said he was a boy! He dressed like a girl, but he was a boy through and through!
そうなると、苗木くんの推理通りだとしても何も問題ないわね。
So then there should be no issue with Makoto's initial assertion.
被害者は男子更衣室で殺され、その後女子更衣室に運ばれた。
The victim was killed in the boys' locker room and then later moved to the girls' locker room.
女子更衣室に入るときは、前園さんや江ノ島さんの電子生徒手帳を使えば容易だったはずよ。
And the killer could have easily used Saika or Junko's handbook to get into the girls' locker room.
では藤崎君が殺された現場は本当に男子更衣室だったのだな。
So Chihiro was really killed in the boys' locker room?
相変わらず現場を移動させた意図はわからないけど、その可能性は高いでしょうね。
I still don't understand the motive for moving the body, but yes, that seemed plausible.
そうか。妙だと思ったんだ。
I mean, I'm pretty sure if you see a dead body, especially from a girl, I mean, before it was known as a boy, I mean, I don't want to touch a girl. Heck, I don't want to touch I mean, imagine a boy touching someone smaller like that. That, I don't think you want that. Well, unless you are a forensic solving a murder case or a detective, then I can understand. But then again, we're not kind some sort of that. So yeah, I don't think just touching a dead body in overall seems weird. Well, I must admit it, I find it rather odd.
あいつの体の感触、女の体の割にはどうも違和感があった。
I knew he felt a little off. There was certain integrity to his female body.
なんか興奮するシチュエーションね。
This is the most dazzling situation.
だが、これで繋がった。すべての謎がようやく明らかになったな。
So now everything has been connected. All the mysteries have finally become clear.
明らかになるも何もあんたが犯人って流れだったはずだけど。
Well, okay, connected or clear or whatever, we still think you're the killer, remember?
面白い。実に面白いじゃないか。
Very interesting. This has become very interesting indeed. Sorry, I had to do that. Thank you very much. Ah, he's off on this little world.
それで苗木君はどう思うの？これでもまだ犯人は戸上君だと思うの？
What about you, Makoto? After everything we learned, do you still believe Akira is the killer?
藤崎さんの死をジェノサイダーショーの犯行に見せかけたのは間違いなく戸上君だったと思う。
Well, without a doubt, Byakuya is the one who made Chihiro's death look like genocide. Jack did it. But I...
やっぱり犯人は戸上君じゃないのかも。
I think he might not actually be the killer after all. Oh, thank you very much. But to be fair, I can't be switching between the cute sneezes, but then I actually sneeze so hard that there might be something wrong with me. I mean, it runs into the genes, I guess. I think he might actually be the killer after all.
そもそも苗木誠殿が言い出しっぺなのに。
What? But aren't you the one who accused him in the first place? I mean, it was more like...
戸上君の余裕の態度は謎が解けるのを楽しんでるみたいだ。
He just seemed to be too easygoing all about this. Like he's enjoying us to solving the mystery.
まるで他人事だよ。そんな風に振る舞っていられるのって。
The way he's acting, it makes like he doesn't have anything to do with him.
実際に他人事だから。
And you think that might be because it doesn't have anything to do with him?
それに戸上君が残した証拠はなんていうかあからさますぎるんだよ。
Plus, the evidence he left behind was a little too, how could I put it, overt.
わざわざ延長コードを使うことで自分が関わった証拠をあえて残したような。
He consciously chose to use the extension cord, knowing it could be connected to him to the murder.
そんな風に思えるんだ。
At least that's how I see it.
それに君は殺害現場が男子更衣室だと知った時明らかに動揺した様子を見せたよね。
And Byakuya, when you found out the murder took place in the boys' locker room, it seems to rattle you.
藤崎さんが男だと知った時もだよ。
And then again when you found out that Chihiro was actually a guy.
本当の犯人ならそんなところで動揺するはずがないのに。
If you really were the killer, that stuff wouldn't have any effect on you.
なるほどな。そうか。明確な根拠がないのが気になるが。
So that's your thinking, huh? Well, it bothers me that you don't have more concrete reasons, but...
まあいいだろう。とりあえず正解にしておいてやるか。
It's fine. I guess I will mark it as correct for the time being.
正解？
Mark it as correct?
苗木の言う通りだ。俺は犯人ではない。
He is right. I am not the culprit.
たまたま最初に女子更衣室で死体を見つけたんで、あんな偽装をしてみたというわけだ。
I just happened to come across the corpse in the girls' locker room and decided to alter it.
ふざけてんのか？
Are you fucking with us right now?
ふざけてなどいない。 これが真相だ。
I am not effing with you right now. I'm telling you the truth.
信じられるか。
He's just making stuff harder without any reason, which kinda sucks. But I find it very hard to believe.
信じたくないならそれで結構。みんなで仲良く処刑にでもなるか？
Go ahead, I find it very hard to believe. You are free to be executed along with the rest of us.
もしそれが本当ならさ、じゃああんたはどうして死体の偽装なんかしたの？
If you're really telling the truth, then why? Why did you do that to his body?
そんな理由などどうでもいい。今は犯人を当てる方が重要なはずだぞ。
My reason hardly matters right now. Uncovering the culprit is much more important, wouldn't you say?
おい、苗木。俺が犯人ではないなら、本当の犯人は誰だというんだ？
Now then, if it wasn't me, who was it?
それはもう少し話し合ってみないとわからないけど。
Well, I don't think I can say for sure without talking about it a little more.
まだ続けんの？もういいんでない？どう考えてもトガミッチが犯人だって。
We are seriously going to keep going? All good, aren't we? I thought this was clear. Byakuya did it.
私は付き合うわよ。疑問があるならとことん話し合う。
No, I'm with Makoto. If there's any doubt whatsoever, we need to explore every possibility.
もしここで判断を誤れば、私たちはみんな揃って処刑されるんだし。
Because if we're wrong, we all die here.
そうですわね。では、私もお付き合いいたしましょう。
That's true. Well then, I'm with you too.
もちろん俺も参加するべ。
Damn straight, count me in.
君には意志というものがないのか。
Do you have a mind of your own? I mean, to be fair, when people were saying, yeah, it's Byakuya, and you all guys said it was Byakuya, of course, you're saying we don't have a mind of your own, but you shouldn't be saying that either, Taka. I mean, I guess, yeah, Taka.
昆虫じゃねえし、意志くらいあんぞ。
I mean, to be fair.
とにかくもう一度話し合ってみようよ。犯人を決めるのはその後でも遅くないはずだよ。
I don't understand the beast. Well, anyway, let's discuss this all as a group one more time. We still have time to make our decision.
確かにそうだな。
That's very true.
命かかっちゃってるしね。
Our lives are all on the line.
それでは犯人当てゲームの
I don't understand the phrase beast. I know I guess maximum very closely to a millennial, but also not. But I just don't understand that word beast. Excellent, then shall we resume our game of hide and seek? Yeah, Byakuya didn't do it. Then who's the real killer? Who murdered Chihiro? There's the one thing we can share what we know about the killer. The killer gonna be access to the real murder scene. The killer must be a guy. I don't think that's cliche. If that's cliche, I will just say, oh, it's really cliche what he's doing. I just don't understand the word based. Since the crime scene was the boys' locker room, you would need a boys' handbook to get in. Since Leon's handbook is apparently broken, the killer would have used their own. In other words, it has to be a guy. But it's still not enough. I need to find some more clues.
何か犯人につながる手がかりはないのか。
手がかりと言われても誰か犯人を
Oh my god, I just like that.
してたら最初から言うべ。
なんか被害者の目撃でもよい。
今は少しでも新しい情報が必要だしね。
Any kind you know?
無理無理。やっぱ無理だって。どうせ被害者を目撃したのだって。犯人
Here, Celeste's account, because she also saw the killer in the warehouse.
おしまいなんて嫌だ。
What Oh, my bad.
誰か犯人をしてたら最初
ならば被害者の目撃でもよい。
今は少しでも新しい情報が必要だしね。
無理無理。やっぱどうせ被害者が目撃したのが犯人だってことで。
Okay, yeah, so Celeste is the one who saw. I mean, she said it was a blue duffel, blue sports
被害者を目撃した人
and a
なら
duffel bag.
他にもいたはずだよ。そうだよね、セイさん。
I believe someone else did see the victim before he was murdered. What do you think, Celeste?
そういえばそうでした。私が見ていましたわね。
Now that you mention it, yes, I did see him.
マジですか？
Huh? Really?
この話は苗木くんにしかしていませんでしたか。
Oh, but I suppose only Makoto knows about this.
では皆さん知らなかったのですね。
Oh my god, Celeste, don't push your luck.
騒いでいらしたのですね。
The rest of you had no idea, did you? This is why you're all making such ugly noises.
いいからさっさと話したまえ。
Whatever, just hurry up and tell us.
昨日の夜時間になる直前でした。藤崎くんを寄宿舎の倉庫で目撃したのです。
Nah, I don't think that's based. I mean, Celeste is mean. If you're saying like based on every single thing, and it says it's cliche, I don't think based is like a word for my taste then of dictionary. I think I would just store it somewhere, that word. I'm sorry. It's the last night, right before nighttime, as such a hero in the dormitory warehouse.
藤崎くんはスポーツバッグの中にジャージなどを詰め込んでおられました。
I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag.
おそらくその足でトレーニングに向かったのでしょう。
Oh, like that. I mean, yeah, that makes more sense to Byakuya being confident and not care about what other people do. But it's also not cliche what Queville was saying. Maybe I should pick the Urban Dictionary next time. After this trial, I will get the Urban Dictionary. And then I assume he headed off to exercise.
スポーツバッグにジャージ。現場にそんなものは残されていなかったぞ。
A track jacket and a double bag, but we didn't find anything like that at the murder scene.
おそらく犯人が処分したのだろう。証拠隠滅のためにな。
No, not a stream tool, but I will find it at Googlepedia or something. It seems likely the culprit destroyed them to get any rid of evidence.
その時なのですが、彼は気になる言葉を口走っていたのです。
And that's when he said something what struck me as rather odd. Well, I better get going. I'm kinda in a hurry.
藤崎くんは確かに急ぐと言っていましたが、
Chihiro told me he was in a hurry.
急ぐということは誰かと待ち合わせをしていた。そうは考えられませんか？
But why would he be such in a hurry? If only we're waiting for him, I should think.
つまり藤崎千尋殿は誰かと待ち合わせをし、その人物とトレーニングに向かったと。
So Mr. Fujisaki was on his way to meet someone, and then they were going to work out together.
あれや朝比奈がいくら誘っても一緒にトレーニングしようとはしなかったのだ。
But Hina and I invited him to exercise with us plenty of time, and he always declined.
それは正体がバレるのが嫌だったからだろ。
Probably because he was afraid she would find out the secret he was hiding, right?
逆に言えば待ち合わせをしていた人物はよほど信頼されていたのですね。
Which means that conversely, he must have trusted whoever he was meeting with very much.
大事な秘密がバレても構わないと思えるほどに。
Enough that he was willing to risk his secret being revealed.
麗しき友情ね。
What a marvelous friendship!
要はその待ち合わせ相手が犯人で、それが誰なのかを突き止めればいいんだね。
Whoever he met up with is the culprit, right? So we gotta just figure out who it was.
でも これだけの手がかりじゃなんと思う。
But knowing what we know, I can't even guess.
ついているじゃない。
No, you already have what you need to make the connection. Huh?
もう犯人は分かってるじゃない。
You know who the killer is. I will say Mundo. Why? Okay, that's the reason. In the part of the investigation, when you talk to him, he said like he had such a inferiority complex, and then in the line he changed it to she. It's like a small detail that you can easily overlook, and it's kind of hard to see it back to the stream, but still. Seriously? Oh, who is it? Who's the killer?
犯人が処分したスポーツバッグやジャージに注目してみるのよ。
Think back up to the track jacket and the duffel bag the killer disposed of.
その特徴から考えれば、彼が誰と会ったかは明白になるはずよ。
Focus on the details of this item and it should become obvious who was waiting for him.
それは本当なんですの？
Are you sure about that? We need to find Celeste here. Even before that, here. Here. Okay, and last night right before nighttime, I saw Chihiro in the Dotonori warehouse. I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag. Then again, remember the single line. I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag. Are you sure about that?
すでに処分された証拠から犯人が判明するなんて。
You really think we can figure out who did it based on the 2 pieces of evidence we don't have?
指紋を調べるとか。
What, you wanna track out some fingerprints or something?
道具もないのに素人の僕らには無理だ。
Even if we don't have the equipment for that, we wouldn't know how to use it.
そもそも証拠品はすでに処分されている。指紋を取るにも現物がなければどうしようもあるまい。
As was noted, the evidence is already gone. There's nothing to get fingerprints from.
それでも推理ならできるはずよ。みんなでよく話
It's
し
just a white powder, I believe, right? Yeah. It looked kind of white. And something it's pretty weird to say it like that. I mean, I saw like a blackish gray version of it too, depending on what kind of surface you are. Maybe, but we can make certain inferences if we just take the time to talk about it.
話し合ってみろって言われても。
Easy for you to say.
じゃあセレスちゃんに聞くけど、そのバッグやジャージには何か特徴とかなかった？
But fine, Celeste, did you notice anything special about the bag or the jacket?
バッグは倉庫にある普通のバッグでしたわ。
The bag was just a normal duffel bag from the warehouse.
倉庫にあるバッグはその一種類だけですし、特徴と言われましても。
All the bags in there are the same, so I can't imagine what it would make that one special.
我の記憶によればジャージにはある程度の種類があったはずだ。
Well, I remember right, there was a decent variety of tracksuit suit to choose from. Do you think there might be some connection between the culprit
ジャージに犯人につながる手がかりがあるのではないか。
and Chihiro's jacket?
だったら彼が持っていたジャージについて話し合って
She
みま
looks
しょう。
so smug. I really like her design. Perhaps let's explore that and talk a little bit more about the jacket he took. Does Chihiro's tracker jacket really hold some clue about the killer? Somehow it's really hard to believe. Celeste account. Okay. Hold on.
そもそも藤崎千尋はトレーニングに行こうとしていたはずよ。そこで彼はどうしてあんなジャージを選んだのかしらね。
あんなジャージとはどういう意味だ？
分かったぞ。彼が選んだジャージは犯人が持っているものとお揃いだったのだな。
つまり犯人はあいつと同じ青いジャージを持ってんだな。俺のは黒いジャージだ。
僕はジャージすら持ってないですぞ。
って運動って嫌いだもん。
俺は白いジャージを持ってんぞ。萎縮した倉庫から持ってきたんだ。
本当にこんな話で犯人がわかるのですか？
いや無理だ。
内部君も聞いたわ。今あの人の不用意な発言を。
Okay, enjoy getting your birthday cake. Oh no. Okay. I'm showing you something this. It needs to be a little bit higher. And it really sucks. I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag. We did not say a color. And Mondo said like, I'm having a blue track jacket. But I have a black jacket. Always said the killer must have the same color. So basically Kyoko took like a wild guess. Or like something, you heard him, right? What he said without even realizing it. She's right. What he said was just really odd. How did he know something like that?
そもそも藤崎千尋はトレーニングにそこで彼あんなジャージを選んだ。
あんなジャージと分かったぞ。犯人が持っている。つまり犯人は
あいつと同じ青いじゃん。
We did not say what kind of color it was. If you read it through, then you will notice we don't have a color yet.
大和田君、今の言葉おかしいよ。
Hold on a second, Mondo. What did you just say?
おかしいって何がだ。
What did I say?
だってさっきスレスさんが証言した時は。
When Celeste testified a few minutes ago, she said, I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag. And then I assume he added off to exercise.
ジャージの色については何も言ってなかったんだ。
She never said anything about the jacket's color.
藤崎さんが着ていたジャージが青だって知ってる。
So why did you say Chihiro's blue tracksuit?
何言ってんだよ。おめえ。
What are you just...
セレス、藤崎のジャージの色とは何色だったんだ。
Hey Celeste, what color was Chihiro's tracksuit?
確かに青でしたわね。
As a matter of fact, it was blue.
その話、学級裁判前に誰かにした？
And before we began the trial, did you tell anyone that?
私がこの話をしたのは苗木くんだけですね。
The only one I told you about any of this was you.
では大和田はいつ知ったの？藤崎千尋のジャージが青いということ。
Then Mundo, how did you know what color Chihiro's tracksuit was?
そりゃ。
Because I just...
捜査の時にそのジャージを見つけて。
I'm sure you saw the clothes at some point in the investigation. Wait, hold on.
それはない。
No, that can't be it.
私たちが捜査を始めた時、バッグとジャージはすでに処分された後だったはず。
The bag and the clothes surely disposed by the time we began our investigation.
じゃあそいつがジャージの色を知ってるのは
Then the only reason he could have known what color the tracksuit was
死ぬ前のチータンが持ってるの見ていたからそれしかねえじゃん。
is he saw Cherry with it before he died. That's the only possibility.
チータンって藤崎ちゃんのこと？
Cherry? Are you talking about Chihiro?
でどうなのよ。あんたはジャージを見たの？見なかったの？
So how about it? Did you see the tracksuit or didn't you?
たまたまだ。昨日の夜たまたま見たんだ。
Just by chance. I just happened to see it last night.
相手がジャージを持って歩いてるところよ。
He walked past me and he was carrying the tracksuit in his hand.
それもありえないよ。だって セレスさんの証言によると
Welcome to Genocide Show. No, that can't be it either. According to Celeste's testimony, she stuffed the jacket into her bag in a hurry. It was almost like she was trying to hide it. And just like that, she was gone.
藤崎さんはセレスさんに指摘された後ジャージをバッグの中にしまったらしいんだ
When Celeste noticed it, Chihiro made a point of making sure the jacket was completely in the bag.
だからたまたま見ただけじゃバッグの中のジャージの色なんてわからないはずだよ
If you just ran into him briefly, you couldn't possibly have seen what the color of the tracksuit was. It would appear you have dug your own grave.
むしろそう仕向けたんだろうそのためにあんなことを言ったんだな
Perhaps, but you handed him the shovel, didn't you? That's why you said what you did.
藤崎千尋のジャージの特徴から考えれば奴が誰と会ったのかは明白だなんてされごとを
Focus on the tracksuit and it will be obvious who met with, he with. What a bunch of nonsense.
なるほど。ブラフだったのですね。
Ah, now I understand. It was all one big bluff, wasn't it?
あなたの真の目的は犯人の出現を引き出すことだったのですね。
Your true intention was to draw a slip of the tongue from the culprit.
そのために犯人が分かったなどと言って動揺を誘った。
That's why you said you knew it. Who did it? To put them on edge.
そうね。ただし
That's right. However,
私は最初から大和田君を狙い撃ちにするつもりだ。
Mondo was
彼だと分かっていたから。
Mondo was my target all along. I had my suspicion of him from the very beginning.
どうして大和田君が怪しいと
It was all about the chick and the dudes. When we start talking to him, when we start talking to Mondo yesterday, he said like dudes had a problem, an inferiority complex or something. Come on, I just cannot say the word today.
さあ、どうしてかしら。
The way he was talking. Oh.
私が大和田君を怪しいと
Oh yeah, there we go. There was a certain turning point that tipped me off. I mean, you can also look at that. But I think it is made that everyone can pick it up except for Hero, maybe.
大和田君、あなたが無意識かもしれないけど、男性と女性で故障が変わるのよ。
Mundo. Maybe you didn't notice this, Mundo, but you tend to refer men and women differently. Oh.
女性のことはあの女なんて呼ぶけど、男性のことはあいつと呼んでいたはずよ。
You only call guys dudes, and for girls it's chicks.
そして殺人が起きた後、大和田君は藤崎千尋のことをあいつと呼ぶようになっていたわ。
And after he was killed, you happened to refer him as dude.
その時に思ったのは、大和田君は藤崎千尋が男だと知っていたんじゃないか。
Once I picked up on that, it occurred to me Mundo knows about something we didn't.
そんな些細なことに気づいていたと
You noticed such a tiny detail?
魔女恐ろしい女ね
Are you of age? She's of age. You're positively frightful.
いいえ、恐ろしいのは私なんかじゃない。
No, I'm not the frightful one.
本当に恐ろしいのは人を仲間を殺す人間よ。
The problem is that detail only happened once. So you had to pick it up really fast and it is like very small as well. If you overlook it, then you are in trouble. Not nearly as frightful as someone capable of murdering a friend.
大和田君本当に君なの
Mondo, was it really you?
本当に君が藤崎さんを殺したの
Did you really kill Chihiro? I didn't kill anyone.
大体何なんだよ。さっきから聞いてる上げ足取ったり言葉尻取られた程度で。
You have been all over me, judging everything I say, putting words in my mouth.
俺を犯人扱いするってのか。
What gives you the right to treat me like a goddamn criminal? There we go.
そうだ、兄弟がそんなことするはずがない。言いがかりに決まってる。
Yeah, he would never do something like that. This is a false accusation.
確かに根拠としては弱いわね。
It's true, my reasoning on that is pretty shaky. Okay, I need to drink. Hold on. There we go. It's true, my reasoning on that is pretty shaky.
そんなあっさりと。
That was pretty fast.
ですが困りましたわね。もう手がかりはありませんわよ。
Well, this does present us with a problem. Seems we are all out of leads.
そろそろ出番か。
My time has nearly come.
と囁いております。
僕のゴーストが。
This is my little ghost friend is telling me.
そういえば山田君は言ってたよね。犯人の証拠を見つけたとか。
Oh yeah, that reminds me. Hifumi, weren't you telling me you found some evidence?
本当？それってどんな証拠なの？
Yeah, tell me, Hifumi.
冷静に考えてみるとあまり関係ないかもしれません。
Actually, you know, what I think about it here calmly, it might not be all that relevant.
急に自信なくすなっつうの。いいから出してみ。
Jeez, did your confidence just get up and walk away? It's fine, man. Just tell us.
そこまで言うならじゃあ。
Well, if you really insist, then
これです。
here it is.
それが
What do you have there?
電子生徒手帳です。落ちてるのを見つけ、そして拾ったのです。
It happens to be an Eve handbook. I found it laying on the ground, so I scooped it up. Chihiro and no, Mundo has her own.
藤崎さんの電子生徒手帳って現場からなくなってたんだよね。
Now we know Chihiro's handbook was missing from the scene of the crime, right?
ええ、そうだったわね。
For a fact.
やはりそうでしたか。
I mean, if it was mine, I could. Why does Hifumi Yamada has it and not my Makoto Naegi? For a fact, indeed.
僕もそう思ってたんですよ。
I was
藤崎千尋殿のものではないかって。
I was totally sure I found it.
じゃあそこに犯人の手がかりがあるんだね。
That must hold some clue about the culprit, right?
そう思ったのですが、壊れてて起動すらしませんでした。
Well, that's what I was hoping, but it was busted. It won't even turn on.
おそらく殺人が行われた後、犯人が証拠隠滅を兼ねて壊したのでしょう。
I imagine that the culprit broke it to get rid of any evidence after the murder.
だが妙だな。その電子生徒手帳はそう簡単に壊れないはずだぞ。
That's odd. I didn't think the handbooks were quite so fragile.
ええ、その通りです。
So, you're right. They're not.
安全防水でショック耐性も強いからめったなことでは壊れないはずなんですが。
They're totally waterproof and shock resistant. It would take an awful lot to break one.
ですが、この電子生徒手帳は壊れていますわよ。玄関ホールにあった桑田くんの電子生徒手帳もです。
And yet this one does appear to be broken, as Leon sitting useless in the main hall.
自信満々の割には壊れすぎじゃありません？
For all your confidence, this is a remarkably high failure rate.
うぷぷ、実はそこに謎があったりして。
Do you really think there might be some kind of mystery in there somewhere?
さて、どうして電子生徒手帳は壊れたんでしょうかね。
How precisely did the handbooks get broken? By hitting its weak point, of course.
モノクマは前に言ってたよな。この電子生徒手帳には弱点があるって。
You already told us before that the handbook has one weak point, didn't you?
ロキ、覚えてた。
Ah, you remember that?
確かに、そう口を滑らせたかもしれないけど、でも弱点の詳細は誰にも言ってないんだからね。
Sure, but I let that slip. But I never told anyone about what the weak point actually was.
だがめったなことでは壊れぬ電子生徒手帳が立て続けに2体も壊れているとなる。
But if the handbook is supposed to never break, and two of them broke in quick succession, then
誰かがその弱点に気づいたとしか思えないわね。
then we can only assume that someone figured out its weakness.
ねえ、モノクマは知っているのよね。その弱点って何なの？
You know what the weakness is, right, Monokuma? So, what is it?
それを言えと？
Huh? You're asking me?
学級裁判をフェアに進めるためにも必要な情報だと思うけど。
I think it's a necessary piece of information if you want to be a fair trial.
でもそれを教えちゃって真似する人が出てきたら困るからな。
But if I tell you and someone else decides to copy it, it will be not very not good.
いいじゃん、教えて。絶対に真似しないから。
Just tell us already. Why would we want to break our own handbooks?
しょうがないな。お願いされると弱いんだよね。でも本当に真似しないでよ。
Oh well, I have a weakness for pushing them out. But if you're sure you won't follow the example,
じゃあ特別に発表いたしましょう。
then allow me to
無
make.
敵な電子生徒手帳の唯一の弱点とは？
Then make me allow a special announcement. The weak point of my cutting-edge e-handbook is
長時間高温状態にさらされると熱暴走してぶっ壊れてしまうんです。
when it's exposed to high temperatures for too long, it will suffer meltdown and totally break.
やっぱりね。
I flippin' knew it.
やっぱり
You knew it?
でこの電子生徒手帳はサウナに落ちていましたから。
Because I found a handbook laying on the floor of the sauna.
サウナの室温は摂氏100度にもなりますが、どうしてやけどしないのか不思議じゃありません。
The temperature in the sauna can reach over 200 degrees. Strange how you don't get burnt, huh?
それは蒸発した汗の水分を含有する空気層が皮膚の周囲にできて皮膚を守ってくれるからです。
It's because your sweat evaporates. It creates a cooling layer on the air around your skin.
ちなみにサウナで高温の空気を皮膚に直接吹きつけるとやけどしますが、
If the hot air of the sauna is somehow pushed directly into your skin, you definitely get fried.
これは皮膚の周囲の空気層が乱れるせいなのです。そのためサウナで動き回ると皮膚に痛みが生じます。
The layer of air will get blown away. That's why you may feel burning when you move around.
ですのでサウナ内は静かにしておくようにしましょうね。
So when you're in a sauna, make sure to keep nice and still.
なるほど。また一つ賢くなったぞ。
Wow, interesting. I learned one new fact today.
どうでもいい豆知識ですけどね。
That's a mere trifling speck of knowledge.
でもさ、被害者の電子生徒手帳がサウナで発見されたってことは、
Anyway, if you found the victim's handbook in the sauna,
もしかして犯人は狙って壊したのかな。
then the killer
どう
must
して
have.
弱点を狙って。
Then the killer must have been purposely trying to raise its temperature in order to break it.
ではやはり犯人は知っていたのだな。電子生徒手帳の弱点を。
Meaning the culprit somehow knew its weakness.
でも犯人はどうやって知ったの？モノクマは誰にも教えてないって言ってたよ。
But how did they find it out? Monokuma said he didn't tell anyone, right? Honestly, when you remember, when there was two people actually doing the sauna challenge, Taka and Mondo, and who went with his full clothing into the sauna? Mondo. So he knew he couldn't open his own e-handbook anymore. I will say Mundo knew about the sauna.
謎ですな。
偶然知ったんだとしたら
What if they found about by an accident?
偶然とはどういう意味だ？
What do you mean by accident?
犯人は何かの折に偶然サウナで電子生徒手帳を壊してしまった。
What if the killer took their own handbook into the sauna, not knowing its weakness, and it broke?
そこで電子生徒手帳の弱点を知ったおかげで
They realized it was broken, of course, and it wouldn't be hard to figure out why.
2度目の藤崎千尋の時は狙って壊すことが可能となった。
And once they had Chihiro's handbook, they knew they'd have an easy way to dispose of it.
可能性はあるかもしれんが、では誰がそれをやったんだ？
I won't say it's not possible, but who could have done something like that?
サウナに電子生徒手帳を持ち込み壊してしまった人間など。
I don't know of anyone who took their handbook into the sauna.
心当たりがあるかもしれない。
I might know someone who did. What? Seriously?
一人だけ心当たりがあるよ。
I,
電子生徒手帳をサウナに持ち込んだかもしれない人。
I think the one who may have taken their handbook into the sauna was... No. So... I mean, Ichimaru is just broken at this point. Had to be the one who all their crows into the sauna. It was... The only one.
大和田君、サウナで電子生徒手帳を壊したのって
Monto,
君なんじゃないかな。
your handbook got broken in the sauna, didn't it?
なんだと？
What?
なぜだ？なぜそうなる？
Why? Why you keep accusing him?
前に大和田君と石丸君はサウナで我慢比べをしたよね。
Mondo and Taka had an endurance contest in the sauna not too long ago, remember? Look at here.
その時、大和田君は制服を着たままサウナに入ってたけどさ。
As for the contest, Mondo just happened to keep his school uniform on.
あの時の制服には電子生徒手帳が入ったままだったんじゃないの？
But little did he realize, he also left his handbook in one of his uniform pockets.
そこで大和田君は知ったんじゃないのかな。電子生徒手帳がサウナで壊れてしまったこと。
And when it was all over, Mondo discovered that by taking your handbook into the sauna could easily destroy it. No, wait, hold on. You got it all wrong. He would never kill. I don't accept this. Show me the proof. The actual solid proof. I mean, I don't want to believe it either, but I found something that proves it beyond a shadow of a doubt. We have to deal for a few more.
苗木君の推理通りだとすると大和田君は以前自分の電子生徒手帳を壊していることになるわね。つまり大和田君の生徒手帳が壊れていれば今の推理が正しいということになりますわね。
俺の電子生徒手帳。
I actually want to throw.
ほら見ろ。やは はり苗木君の推理は間違っているんだ。モーダイが人を殺すはずがないんだ。
I'm sure Mondo's handbook broke during that sauna showdown. If I just can prove that, then that will show the handbook Mondo must actually be.
苗木君の推理通りだとすると、大和田君は以前
Oh wait.
自分の電子生徒手帳を壊していることになる。つまり大和田君の生徒手帳が壊れて今の推理が正しいということになりますが、
俺の電子生徒手帳はちゃんと動くぞ。
There we go.
そもそも大和田君が持ってる電子生徒手帳って本当に大和田君のものなの？
Mondo, the handbook you have right now, is it really yours?
どういう意味だ？
The fuck is that supposed to mean?
玄関ホールにあった壊れた電子生徒手帳。
The broken handbook was in the main hall.
本当はあの手帳が大和田君のものなんじゃないの？
Isn't it the one actually yours?
いや、さっきから何を言ってるんだ。
What the heck are you talking about?
つまり大和田君は交換したんじゃないのかな？
What I mean is, I think Mondo swapped this handbook out for one that actually works.
壊れた自分の電子生徒手帳と桑田君の電子生徒手帳。
I think he took Leon's handbook and replaced it with his own.
だってモノクマも言ってたはずだよ。桑田君の手帳が壊れたはずないって。
After all, Monokuma said himself that Leon's handbook should never have broken.
そうですね。あの程度のお仕置きでは壊れませんよ。
That's right! The punishment is handsome and nearly enough to destroy it!
つまり玄関ホールに置かれていたのは実は大和田君の電子生徒手帳で、
So then, the broken handbook in the main hall is actually Mondo's.
そして今大和田君が持っているものこそが桑田君の電子生徒手帳ということですね。
Which would mean that the handbook Mondo has right now is actually Leon's, right?
でも交換って法則に引っかからないの？他人に貸すのは禁止っていう。
But doesn't that violate the school regulation that loaning out your handbook is prohibited?
僕はこう判断しました。
Well, here's how I look at it.
他人への対応禁止という法則ではありますが、君は他人なのか、いや、もはや人ではないので。
There's a rule about loaning a handbook to another student, but if they're dead, they are not a student.
グレーゾーンですが OK です。何より面白いので OK にしました。
I think it's a gray area, I admit it, but don't worry, if anything, it makes suggested things more interesting.
よって死人と電子生徒手帳を交換してもルール違反にはならないと判断しました。
As such, I indicate that exchanging handbooks with a corpse is not a violation of the rules. Oh, my bad, that's just bad voice acting here.
今の推理が間違ってるなら言ってくれないか？
Well, Mondo, if I'm wrong about this, you're welcome to say so.
間違ってるなら僕はそれでいいんだけど。
I'm happy to admit I made a mistake, but... The son of a bitch.
どうしたんだ兄弟。言ってやりたまえ。間違いだと。
What's wrong, bro? Come on, tell him he's wrong.
そうだ。間違いだ。間違いに決まっている。
You are wrong. You have to be wrong.
今の推理はどこかが決定的に間違っている。すべてお前のでっち上げなんだ。
Everything you just said is wrong. You made it all up.
だったらもう一度最初から事件を振り返ってみようか。
Okay, then why don't we have a look back on the case one more time, from the beginning?
今の推理が正しいかどうか全てはそこで判明するはずだよ。
That way everything will become clear and we all see if I was right or wrong. Okay, let's see. So this is where Celeste became first. Chihiro was getting the duffel bag training, Celeste was ready, waiting for her. Saw the blue tracksuit, but because Celeste saw that, the thing she immediately put back and she left, like running away. Okay, the card reader to get in. Yeah, there we go, in. Into the boys' locker room, you know, because she's a boy. I mean, he's a boy. Oh damn, it's already being killed at moment immediately. Oh no, it's not dead yet. It's going to get picked up. Then the killer stands behind him. Then suddenly, splash! Oh yeah, splash into the girl posters. So, when the realization happens, it's time to switch it around. I don't know which difference between that actually. So let's go and find the girl locker room. The killer took from the other locker room. I mean, there are so many things it took from the locker room. The bell and place it there. Hey, welcome back to the stream, Galaxy. I mean, the dumbbell was somewhere else. See, the dumbbell here is yellow, and maybe here. As well as the kill. I mean, but the posters need to be changed too. This is ripping off, I believe. We will have to see if we are doing wrong or not. So Byakuya comes in here and sees the killer. That's the extension cord. Takes prep her up and pick the blood. And he knew how to destroy the thingy. So he's picking the handbook. And that's it. I told you the dumbbell should be staying there. I was just guessing since the only trouble is like knowing the dumbbell went or the poster went. That's the only two that really screws you over. First, let's take a look back before the incident. Last night, Celeste saw Chihiro in the warehouse, correct? At the time, she was apparently stuffing something in a duffel bag. And she saw that something was a blue tracksuit. Can you confirm this right, Celeste? So... with him back in mind, Chihiro held out even though it was officially nighttime. She made her way to the locker room, specifically the boys' locker room. But how could the victim, who was apparently a girl, access the boys' locker room? Simple, because she was really a he. which is why he was able to use his own handbook to gain entrance to the boys' locker room.
男子更衣室で藤崎さんは誰かと待ち合わせていた。その誰かこそが今回の事件の犯人だった。
Once inside, he met with someone there, and the person he met was the one who killed him.
おそらく犯人は藤崎さんが油断している隙に凶器となるダンベルを使い。
It seemed likely that the killer grabbed the nearby dumbbell, approached the unsuspecting Chihiro.
襲いかかったんだ。
And attacked him.
その時男子更衣室のポスターやカーペットに血痕が飛び散ってしまったんだよ。
And that's where the bloodstains and the poster carpeting in the boy locker room came from.
おそらく衝動的な殺人だったんだ。準備してたとしたら計画性がなさすぎるからね。
It was likely in the heat of the moment, the body arranged, but the murder itself unplanned. Here, it is here. Oh no? Oh shoot. I mean, I was close. Anything but that. Oh, I think the carpet is 100%. But he also removed the... switched the poster. No, this is definitely taking it. And then he took the poster and then he went placing the poster in the girls' locker room. Ah, thank you, let me drink it. That was it. Yeah, the poster or the dumbbell was like the only scary thing. Which is why the killer hurried to try and hide the act. First pulling up the blood-stained carpet. Then by removing the bloody poster. And finally carrying the corpse into the girls' locker room. A girl's handbook was necessary to get into the locker room, of course. But this alone doesn't prove that the killer was necessarily a girl. After all, Sayaka's and Junko's handbook has been placed in the main hall. Because they're dead, no one is violating any rules. You see one of those? A boy could get into a girl's locker room without much problem. Yes, I say it, it's the poster. And that's exactly how the killer did it. And with the carpet and the poster they brought with them, they got to work. They changed the layout of the boys and the girls' locker room in what you might call a crime scene switch. Byakuya is so twisted, by the way. That could have been the end of things, but no. Byakuya discovered the body and decided to intervene in the situation, making things even more complicated. So after stumbling on the crime scene, he went and grabbed the extension cord from the library. Then he got to work. He used the cord to string up Chihiro's lifeless body. Then using the victim's own blood, he left a grisly message at the scene of the crime.
ジェノサイダーショーの犯行だと僕らに錯覚させるためにね。
He wanted to create the illusion that Genocide Czech was responsible for the slaughter. Hold on, come on. I don't have so much HP. To the sauna, I know. Oh, hold on. Is this a sauna? It's kind of hard to know.
犯人は君なんだ。
Yeah, I mean it's so questionable sometimes how to the
偽装工作を行っている一方で
pictures. I mean I have like sometimes I look at the picture and I have like two meanings for them. And around the same time that Byakuya was throwing together this facade.
藤崎さんのスポーツバッグなんかを処分した犯人はサウナルームへとやってきたんだ。
The killer have already disposed of Chihiro's bag and other belongings arrived at the sauna.
最後の証言にある
Oh sorry, my phone
藤
fell.
崎さんの電子生徒手帳を処分するためにね。
There they plan to destroy the last piece of evidence, Chihiro's handbook.
そして犯人の思惑通りその電子生徒手帳はサウナルームの熱気によって壊れてしまった。
And just as the killer expected, the steamy sauna was enough to ruin the electronic gadget.
犯人は知っていたんだよ。電子生徒手帳がサウナの熱気で壊れてしまうことをね。
Somehow the killer knew that the handbook couldn't stand up at the heat of the sauna.
なぜなら犯人はその前に自分の電子生徒手帳をサウナで壊していたからなんだ。
And the reason they knew about it is because the sauna had already wrecked their own handbook.
これが事件の全貌のはずだよ。
And that's how it all played out.
そうだよね。大和田モンド君。
Isn't that right, Mondo Owada?
待て、そんなはずないんだ。
Wait! No, this can't be right!
証拠は
Where is your evidence? Yeah, where is your evidence?
証拠はどうなんだ。証拠はあるのか。
You need evidence? You need proof?
証拠がないなら兄弟の犯行とは決めつけられないぞ。
Without any proof, you can't pin any of this on him. Evidence that Mondo is the killer was already revealed earlier itself in the trial. If somehow somewhere Mondo handbook is right now, once I do that, everything will become clear. Fever time and Nega time. During the build-up, Fever time will activate and tempo will force to its max. At this point, if you push the buttons at random, you won't. Oh, that's nice. So if you can push anyway whoever you want. But it only lasts as your focus gauge runs out, so make the best possible use of your time. Of course, it wouldn't be fair if only you got access to special time, right? So I'll also prepare something called Nega time that your opponent can use. If the opponent activates Nega time during bullet time battle, your tempo marker will disappear. You need to do it in the rhythm. If you were to activate Fever time at this point, no, I'm sure nothing would absolutely happen. I don't know what I'm worried about. That's such a Monokuma time. Surprisingly, if you go in action in difficult to gentle, the opponent will not use Nega time. Well, good luck, have fun! Oh, I need to remember. Shoot.
証拠を提出しろ。そんなはずない。聞かないぞ。認知できん。レギュラーだ。
Wait.
証拠を提出しろ。
Oh, wait.
聞かないぞ。レギュラーだ。投票反対。証拠を提出しろ。そんなはずない。認知できん。レギュラーだ。証拠を提出しろ。
I needed to
レギュラーだ。証拠を提出しろ。
I'm losing HP if I don't use fever time in this part. I thought I lost the game right now. If my thinking so far is right. Mondo half replaced his broken handbook with Leon's. In which case we can just check each other of our handbooks right now. Once we do that, we will. We don't gotta do that. Huh? Yeah. I did it. I killed him. I mean, if he is going to use the negative and I cannot remember my own rhythm anymore. I mean, it's been a while I've been playing controller games, so I cannot remember. Oh, imagine if I had to do like a very difficult one. Bro, what are you saying? I got no choice, man. After hearing all that, I gotta just give up. Go ahead, Monokuma. Get it over with. As for the goddamn verdict. Roger that! Wait, hold on. Now waiting, now holding on. Oh.
では、お待ちかねの投票タイムを始めます。お前ら、お手元のスイッチを押してください。
Oh, I did use fever time, but the moment you use fever time during nega time, you still do not see anything, but you can click everything. That's what I believe, at least. Time for the moment we've all been waiting for. Grab your lever and give it a yank.
さて、投票の結果、黒となるのは誰なのか。
Who will elect us the black in this time around?
その答えは正解なのか不正解なのか。
Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one?
さあ、どうなんだ。
What is it gonna be? What is it gonna be? Guilty! I never get so much coins to pull the gacha.
なんと。
Uh-oh, this time it looks like you got it right again. Yes, it is so. The blanket that killed Chihiro Fujisaki was Mondo Owada. In case you're wondering, the vote was not anonymous. Kiyotaka chose the wrong answer. You're sliding very close to the danger zone, Mr. Ishimaru. You need to be more careful. I refuse to believe it. There's no way you could kill someone. Sorry. Why are you apologizing? Why? Oh, why? Why did you do it? Well, it looks like Mondo taking a vow of silence. So allow me to explain on his behalf.
実は
The story of the murder this time is a sad story of two men. Oh, but for anyone who doesn't really want to hear it, you can hit the button to fast forward the text. You know, I'm going to watch it no matter what. In the end, I think I understand skipping it will be quite respectful for them, but we are gamers. I mean, I'm gamer. I want to know everything, and there might be some hidden clues we might know for in the future. Anyway, there was once a young boy, and his name was Chihiro Fujisaki. He had an extreme inferiority complex regarding his own lack of strength. You're so weak, even though you are a boy. He heard things like that as long as he could remember, and he couldn't overcome his weakness. On the contrary, he tried to hide and buried himself further and further into that weakness. To take on the fragile form of a petite young girl, my bad. He had chosen that as his way out. Now nobody will be able to say anything about even though you are a boy. But no matter how tightly he wrapped himself into that shell, the inferiority complex had already taken root deep inside of him and has not so easily weeded out. As it turned out, the shell was completely empty. The complex didn't disappear, instead it only grew stronger and stronger. I'm weak. Weak. Once the killing game has begun at the school, you have no choice but to accept this fact. After all, this world is the survival of the fittest. If you're not strong, you don't survive. And then the lovely and hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of those embarrassing secrets. Which of course included Chihiro's embarrassing secret, which I was more than willing to divulge. Even though he dressed like a girl, Chihiro is actually a boy. And that was something Chihiro couldn't let anyone find out, no matter the cost. This is just heartbreaking. If that was revealed, it could be the end. The heart and shell would crack, the armor would fall. Without a doubt, those who are around him would torture him more than ever before. Everyone figured that the thrust into such a dilemma must have sent him spiraling into despair. And yet... sorry. I don't really want to talk about it right now. But I also don't want to leave things the way they are. Maybe I can talk about it later. After I try my best to become stronger, then I can tell everyone. Annoyingly, he used the threat of discovery to motivate himself to become stronger. Now's my chance. I'm going to get stronger and accept who I am. So strong enough that someone says, even though you are a boy, I will be okay. I will get better. Oh, sorry, I accidentally hit the mic here. With that thought on the front of his mind, he resolved to take immediate action. And so, that day, he made a commitment to begin exercising. He was prepared to retain his mind and body. Yeah, the moment when I read it, I was like also heartbreaked when I realized that was the problem he was facing. And I'm kind of sad we know about it since he wanted to have this secretly. But I mean, at some point we have to face the truth whenever we like it or not. I mean, not that we should force it, just let him open at his own time. The problem is like Monokuma did not give anyone time. That day, he made a commitment to begin exercising. He was prepared to retain his mind and body. But sadly, that would be the first and only chance he would get at it. When he decided to start exercising, he thought it would be good to ask for someone's help. He wanted to tell that person his secret first, and then ask him to help from there. And the person he went to? It was me. Yep, it sure was. I mean, that's why if someone cross-dresses or has a different belief, like Chihiro, just let them be. Oh wow, forgot. You might as well just ask for a refund. I mean, or become a Karen as your cake is. Oh, okay, at least it's tomorrow, unless they can like create a cake within a day, but it will be a lot of work. But since it's not your fault, since you actually paid, I mean, the one thing is like, you paid for it already, so you can, even if they have to rush it, they cannot ask you for a rush fee, since it's their fault, you know. But hopefully you will still get it, since it's weekend. Enjoy your weekend. Eat some cake. Let's see. What happened to Chihiro was actually quite sad. That's why, even if boys feel that they are girls, don't bully them. I mean, I understand people might take it the wrong way, or people find it weird because it's not a huge amount of people doing that. It's like generally a smaller community. But you will never know what happened to Chihiro or people that are so like Chihiro. Just, I understand that there are definitely people with bad intention, but you should also know that some people are just awkward in themselves and they're just trying to find themselves. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's alright. But yeah, I mean, especially what people are doing now with other people that have a different mind, like Chihiro. Sometimes, if they knew their past, probably they would have a different outlook at it. But then again, nobody really is owing your past, if you know what I mean. So yeah, I mean, it's sad that Chihiro was actually killed by Mundo. Out of everyone, why Mundo? Mondo, not Mundo from League of Legends, but I mean Mondo. I mean, that's why Hurricane, if you maybe encounter such a person again, or meet a person like in real life, just let them feel what they are like, okay? I mean, of course, this is a game. We don't know who is the, but each person, we don't know what their real motivations are. Just be a little bit more kinder. Yeah, just, I mean, obviously, if you have a child, or a daughter especially, I understand you will protect them. You will, of course, do everything you have to do to protect them. No, even if there's a guy who really thinks he's a girl, then just say, I'm just a parent, I really want to keep my daughter safe. I mean, that's totally fine. But usually, that's his motivation. Yeah, I mean, there's... So yeah, let's go further into the story because this is just sad and you know I feel really bad. The biker gang fella had been painfully clear about how important his manly promise were. So Chihiro probably figured that even if he confided in Mondo, his owner would make him keep the secret. Yeah, that didn't happen. Plus, Mr. Macho Mondo was a very symbol of a strong man that Chihiro had always aspired to. Maybe talking to Mondo about it will help me, give me some courage. So he went and asked Mondo to help him become strong. That was his inspiration. And he thought that only with Mondo's support would he ever be able to come close to that. So that's why Mondo did what he did. To keep the promise he made to Chihiro. Huh? That what did he do? You mean why Mondo carried Chihiro from the boys' locker room to enter the girls' locker room? Yes, that's exactly what I mean. Wasn't that to cover up what he's done? That could have been part of it, but I don't think that was the main reason. The real purpose was to keep the promise between men he made to Chihiro. But how does moving the body keep a secret? Because if everyone knew he'd been killed in the boys' locker room, then everyone would have been arguing about how she got into the boys' locker room, right? Once that started up, at least a few of us would have immediately begun to suspect his identity. So, he tried to protect Chihiro's secret by putting him in the girls' locker room and stealing his handbook. See? Then, Mondo did all of that to keep his promise he made to Chihiro, who he also killed? What? Would he do that? The more I hear you talk, the more I don't understand. I mean, you guys trust each other, right? So why did you? Because no matter what, I didn't want anyone to know. So that's what triggered after all. The possibility of having you this embarrassing moment, memories and secret exposed. That's impossible! Nothing could have been that bad. Something he wouldn't want anyone know, even if it meant killing someone? It's impossible. How many times must I repeat myself? To judge others with your own standards is the height of folly. Even if you can't comprehend it, he obviously can. And that's all there is to it. Well, while we're on the subject, why don't I tell you? The embarrassing memory, that secret he didn't want anyone to know. You know what Mondo did? Okay, type it. Oh, is that everything? Okay. He killed his own brother! Mondo, the ultimate biker gang leader, makes all the hoodlums and riffraff across the country tremble. The only reason he had the chance to join a gang in the first place was because of a certain someone. Mondo's older brother was named Daijep Owada. Mondo had nothing but respect for him because of Daijep that Mondo ever got on a motorcycle. Mondo's brother was his only family growing up. He was the only one Mondo could trust or respect. He wanted to measure up to his big brother, so he imitated everything he did. Mondo was the epitome of starry-eyed kid brother. Meanwhile, this charismatic older brother had to put a local motorcycle gang. And before anyone knew it, it had grown into the biggest biker gang in the country. Daijia, the older brother, #1 in the gang, and his number to his younger brother Mondo. In the beginning, everything was peaches and gravy. But then Mondo started to think about how he would have to take over the gang from his brother someday. His brother's greatness, his reputation began to gnaw at Mondo's very soul. The kid is gonna take over Daisha, huh? Daisha created this game with his bare hands. Mondo's just along for the ride. Can someone really be our leader? Oh, that makes the gang look bad. Almost every day, Mondo heard the gossip and whispered of the other members of the gang. Which is why? I gotta get stronger. Stronger than Daya. Once, just one time. No matter what, I gotta win. I don't care what it takes. I'm gonna come out on top. And on the night of his amazing brother's retirement ceremony, Mondo challenged him to a oh wait, hold on, this is Monokuma, my bad. And on the night of his amazing brother's retirement ceremony, Mondo challenged him to a street race. But during the race, tragedy struck. Crazy Diamond! Jojo reference right there, Crazy Diamond. The kid brother pushed away with reckless abandon, eager for victory, dashed into incoming traffic. But suddenly, leaning in his kid brother's arm, the older brother delivered his final words. My bad, kid. I fucked up. Sorry. Of course he knew it was his brother's fault, but Daya never blamed him for what happened. Hey, kid, the rest is up to you. No matter what, you gotta keep the gang together. Cause it's a team, you and me put together. It's a promise between men. He decided to hide the truth of what happened from everyone else in the gang. In order to keep the gang together and keep the promise to his brother. He could never admit to anyone that it was his own weakness that has caused the accident. And as a result, the team was made even stronger under the banner of the kid who bested his big brother. Daisha was gonna lose to this kid brother, so he got stupid and got himself killed. That became the explanation for what happened. Mondo's lie became truth. He wanted to lead the team so bad, he was willing to tell all kinds of lies about his brother. I am strong. Strong, 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 strong. And yet, as soon as the killing game began, he realized no matter how tough he pretended to be, he was just another weakling that could die in an instant. And then the lovely, the hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of the embarrassing secrets. And at that point, it was clear I would have no problem shedding light on his secret. Mondo killed his own older brother. No matter what, I couldn't let the other gang members find out. If that happened, everything would have been ruined. Everything me and my brother had worked to create would have been destroyed. His death, all the guilt I've been carrying around, it would have been for nothing. So that's why I... Mondo. Well, honestly, wait, hold on. I want to have something to say towards this part of the story. I understand. Oh damn! I just realized my mic was a bit off. I understand his reasoning. He said he killed his own brother. Yes and no. In the end, it's really his brother's choice to save his little brother. It's not like he shot with a gun, you know. Otherwise, that's murder. But in the end, all he wanted was to win from his big brother. I know it depends on it all depends on the difference between manslaughter and the first degree murder is your intention. And what he did was manslaughter because it was not his intention to get someone killed. But then again, it's not like he made sure someone got killed, but it was his brother's own choice. Is it now back again? Oh my god, I chose the wrong one, my bad. Let me say again. It was not Mondo's fault for ruining his big brother's life. It's more like... Okay, it was kinda his fault, but it was more like... The difference between manslaughter and first degree is your intention to it. But then again, it was not like he wanted to kill him. He did not change anything in the vehicle to get the same result. It was only his own stupidity to get him killed. So basically, he has like the victim mentality. I mean, not the victim mentality, survivor. What is it called? Survivor. I know it was a lie that he did tell, but this was not the main. I mean, he was the main reason that his brother got killed, but he did not cause it directly, if you know what I mean. It's an indirect relation, and he kept telling himself that he killed his brother. I don't know, Survivor Guilt, here we go. A distressed feeling of remorse experienced after surviving a traumatic event when others did not. In this case, his big brother did. In this case, the traumatic incident was during the race at a car crash. And his brother saved him, so the survivor is Mondo. And he did not wanted him to be dead. So the worst case scenario, if I have no idea of law, but I think in America you have like first degree murder and manslaughter. So I believe if he were to convicted, he probably got manslaughter. But seeing the overall situation, he did not murder his own brother. He has survivor guilt, so it's best to say. But because he believed he killed his brother, that lie became the truth. After I saw what Monokuma had on me, my head filled up with crazy fuzzy uneasiness and started swirling around. I never felt anything like it before. I didn't know what to do about it. I'm sure what to think or say, but after a while that fuzzy uneasiness turned into a rock-hard lamp of anxiety way down into my stomach. And it was right around then that Chihiro asked me to start working out with him. And right there, he told me a secret. Seriously? Jesus. I'm sorry, I lied to you. But why? Why now? Why are you telling me all of this is sudden? Huh? Because I mean, you kept that secret all this time, right? If anyone found out, you would.
でも
You're right, but
変わりたいんだ。
I want to change. I want to wrap myself in lies. I am weak. I want to destroy that version of me forever. His words were like a knife in my gut. I felt like he was exposing the lie I've been living myself. I have to change too. I don't want to be weak anymore.
でも
You're so strong. It can't hurt you, right? I'll have a secret Monokuma might tell us. So what? You're saying I should say it? You're saying if I really am, I should be able to tell everyone my secret? Huh? I was jealous. I was jealous of Chihiro's strength. He had the strength to face his own weakness, to try and overcome it. That was the kind of strength I never had. I was so jealous of him. And that jealousy broke me. Are you making fun of me? I'm strong? Are you fucking with me right now?
違うよ。
I'm not making fun of you. You really are strong, Mondo. I felt like I could hear something starting to crack. Something inside my head. What did he want me to do? What was I supposed to do? What was I supposed to sit back and let my secret get revealed and ruin everything?
どうしたの？
What's wrong? Why did you have to tell me about it? Are you trying to rub my face in my face? No, I just really admire you. I admire your strength. That's right. I am strong. I'm strong. Stronger than you. And I'm stronger than Daya. I don't remember anything after that. When I woke up again, he was laying at my feet, covered in blood. I had the dumbbell in my hand, and I was just staring at him down on the ground. Hey. I killed him. I killed Chihiro. Even after all this time, I'm just as weak as I've always been. And thanks to that, I did something I never take back. He was normally aggressive, so angry. He hid that weak side away from everyone. That was his secret. A weakness like that lived in a heart like this and turned into a cold-blooded. God damn it. Look at him! You see? You're all just like him. For a secret from the past. For a memory. For that he killed another living human in cold blood. He couldn't get free of his secret from the outside world. He doesn't know what true saint is. Do you see hope anywhere in there? 'Cause I sure don't. You bastard. Just shut up, you son of a bitch. Go ahead, say that again. I dare you. Okay, I will say as many times as I want. Is what I want to say, but unfortunately, I can't do that right now because the time for punishing is fast approaching. Punishing? You mean execution? That's what I promised you, right? The black and the star of the peace will be punished. Oh, hold on. Now then, I prepared a very special punishment for Mona Owada, the ultimate biker gang leader. No, wait. Let's get everything we got. It's punishment time. I said wait.
すまねえな兄貴。
Sorry, man.
男同士の約束
I couldn't keep the promise we
守れな
made.
かった。
From one man to another. Bam! Goodbye, Mondo. No, you're not saying it has to go in there, right? The Cage of Death. I find it interesting that 2D and 3D actually mix up, and it's pretty well. He's doing this in the circus theme as well, but why? Oh, what? But his body isn't there yet. Where the heck is his body? Oh my god, is he turned into butter? What the F? What the WTF? Although I do like the name of the like Mundo Butter. Like, what? I mean, the amount of gel he uses in his hair is insane though. Laugh at that and your soul will be forever at peace. It can't be. My brother. Another murder and another execution. Yeah, it's still WTF, like, who thought of these executions? I want to feel again. Everyone's lives are taken so lightly here. I feel like I might be going mad. Maybe just let it happen. You know, letting him cry might be actually the best option here. As Taka said, Scream invaded Ashkel's, we are forced to realize once again. But he, of course, he had to. What a disappointment. Is this the end of the game? Byakuya? You're completely insane, you know that? A game? One of our friends is dead. We do realize that. I mean, at least brain rot from your Japan brain rot is better than the TikTok brain dead. I mean, that's just my opinion. I don't want to have TikTok fans right now burning me into a stake, but I want to say that brain rot from Japan is really different. But I like more from Japan because we don't do stupid challenges. I mean, they still do like stupid challenge on TV, but not like publicity, you know. Of course I do, because this game is in life or death. You don't have to say, and I don't have anything to say to you. I don't have a response, except that. I just don't understand why. No. To be fair, the only problem with that is they're putting their own lives on the line. And sometimes they're saying, yeah, I'm going to break someone's house in for a prank, you know. No, it's not a prank. I mean, at least it's in Japanese, it's like still confided in home or like in TV shows. Or in games for this matter. Why did you go out of your way to disguise Mondo's crime? Why? Isn't it obvious? Because it made things more interesting. His voice was calm, emotionless, like the voice of death. It chilled me to the bone. Last night when the murder took place, I was in the library as usual. So you ignored the nighttime rule too. That rule never mattered to me. I don't recall agreeing to it. Well, I don't particularly care. Please continue. The night grew late and I decided to return to my room, which is when I stumbled upon him. I spotted Mondo coming out of the girls' locker room. After he gone, I looked inside and saw the corpse. What? You mean you actually witnessed the murder? He is such a fool. He didn't have the slightest idea that I've seen him. So you're saying you knew who the culprit was from the very beginning?
So,
Indeed, but if it hadn't been the end of it, how boring would it have been? I mean, what a waste of time to have the answer revealed right at the beginning. This is why I decided to hand a little helping hand. I thought it would have livened things up. You did all that to liven things up? So after hearing about genocide check from Toko, you decided to use that to create a fake murder scene? But damn man, if you hadn't figured out who really done it, you would have been dead too, right? Well, obviously I would have revealed the truth before it reached to that point. Of course. Byakuya turned and looked at me right in the eye. I could feel his sharp eyes piercing. If looks were able to kill people, that I would have been died. Thanks to a certain remarkable someone, I never did. And I was able to perform an interesting experiment. Once I decided to become blackened, I know who to have to watch for. What? Okay, to be fair, we did solve 2 crimes right now. So that was your reason. Are you satisfied? Yes, we're done listening to your story. Moving on. There's something I'd like to ask Monokuma. Oh, I'm up next? You like the... Oh wait, that's Kiriki. My bad. You like to perform this elaborate execution each time, correct? My question is, why? Do you like them? But you know, there's punishment, there's despair, it's not just for you. All this punishment, all this despair is like gift to mankind itself. You're over-exaggerating. I'm not over-exaggerating. These punishments are meant to touch all hope to despair. What do you mean? Mean? Okay, I'm not going to do that. That will be destroying my throat if I'm going to say that. Good grief! I don't understand. You have to pick apart every little stupid thing. Whatever, it doesn't matter. In the end, I'm going to stand alone as the victor, and everything will be revealed to me. Aww! The noble son of a noble family! Truly, you understand me! Boo. I think this is the start of a terrifying friendship! Shut up. I would never stoop to the level of a childish criminal like you. Let me just say this. After I have achieved complete victory, you are up next. I'm going to find you and kill you. Understand? In the name of the Tokami family, for which victory is a foregone conclusion. Oh, so cool! It's like you're the main character of a video game or something. No trash mode for you. I swear, whatever it takes, I will kill you. Damper! Sounds like someone needs a nap. Monokuma's laughter peeled across the courtroom, and the curtain closed on the case of Chihiro and Mondo. But I knew that wasn't the end. The killing game would still continue. Because the mastermind wouldn't let it end. For those who of us are still alive, our worst fear and despair kept on multiplying. It was the kind of despair that felt like a blind puppy in a hell had more of a future than us. All of her courage and efforts, our friendship, it felt like it amounted to nothing at all. It was the worst kind of despair. Yeah, Toku is still alive. I mean, she is not the real killer after all.
それにしてもだね。
Well, anyways, like I was saying,
いいペースだよ。すごくいいペースだ。
this is a really good spot. Yeah, a really good spot.
やっぱりさ、膠着状態になる前に最初の殺人に及んだ彼女の功績が大きいよね。
Anyway, it's amazing how the girl went and killed someone before things even had a chance to get boring.
加速し始めたら、あとはジェットコースターと一緒、もう止まらない。
Once things really get moving, it will be like a roller coaster. There won't be any stopping it.
恐怖と絶望は全てを凌駕するスピードで突き進む。
Fear and despair charge forward at a speed nothing can hope to match. Okay, good night, here Crane. Until next time, I'm not going to stream Sunday, but I will stream at Tuesday. Fear and despair! Oh wait, no, my bad. Okay, I'm going to drink, hold on before I say that. But I must admit, I'm disappointed.
せっかく連中の中に送り込んだ君の活躍の場がなくなってしまうことだよね。
I'm in all the pain and effort of making you part of the group, and you couldn't play your part.
本来なら唇を切るのは君の役目だったんだけど、
You do remember you were supposed to make the first move, right?
まあいいか。
Well, no biggie.
しょうがないから君はそのまま学園生活を盛り上げてちょうだい。
Nothing we can do about it now, so just do your best to make things more exciting from now on, okay?
みんなそれを望んでるんだからね。
After all, that's what everyone wants to see. There is one thing I'd like to ask to you.
3サイズ以外の質問なら受け付けるよ。
As long as you don't wanna know my measurements, fire away. Who is it? The 16 high school student, I mean. Oh!
いやはや、びっくらこいちまった。
My, you really took me by surprise there.
受付はしたけど、
I know I said you could ask anything, but
超却下だよ。鬼却下だよ。だってさ、それは奥の奥の手だもん。
Super the night, ultra the night, demonic the night. Because you see, that's my ace in the hole.
奥の手をあっさり他人に見せるバカはいないでしょ。いくら仲間同士といえどもさ。
And nobody be dumb enough to reveal that, right? No matter how close they were to their friends. So there is a 16 student and the courtroom is 16 students. The fact that 2 people actually died before the traitor or the one killed. Crazy diamond present. Yes, please. And that's the end of all of our shots. That means that we have to okay, before we go further. That's some crazy revelation right there. Crazy diamond. Sorry, I had to do it. It's such a good punchline. It's more like I feel so bad, you know, for the people who died for something stupid like that as well. It's not like they wanted to do that. It's not like they had any control over their emotions. I would say, I think if despair was a real thing, then it feels like something when someone accidentally killed someone over a petty emotion that they didn't realize they had a hand in it. I guess we can say it's what American people say is like manslaughter. But in this game it feels like despair. And I think emotions are really important, or at least for the people that have emotions, to know how to control the emotions during a given time. But of course, we don't know what's happening. We can be overworked, like the Rocher test or something, like a butterfly or the brain. You can see who is overworked or not. And you just one wrong move and it will be all over for you. I think that's the most people understand that. It's of course it's not good, but you should also know in what kind of situation did we push that person in that, you know. And looking at this game, it makes terrifying that it is happening. Also sad that there's so much, what, you know, after like so many people get killed, I always have like what if scenarios, you know. Oh, what happened if it didn't happen? Or what if like something else happened? Then you just, yeah. So yeah. It's such a depressing game. I know the execution are over the top. I must say, it is entertaining to watch because it's not real. But it's kinda messed up as well. I think actually after this chapter, we know Arknights is be at Thursday. So I think I will play the first 2, maybe 3 depending on how long it is. Playing chapter 3 of DanganRonpa. And then we're just going to play a session of Arknights the whole time. I think that's the best idea since the event will come out of like Thursday. And the amount that we need to farm is also a lot, so yeah, starting early and ending like close to the end might be the smartest. In the meantime, if I can't win, or the trial of chapter 3 ends at Wednesday. Oh wait, no, I'm not playing on Monday, hold on. I just realized that. So if the chapter DanganRonpa can be finished in 2 days, and maybe if it's like too long, I will have to look up like how long a playthrough of chapter 3 is, including the trials. Otherwise I will just play Arknights Integrated Strategy before the event to warm myself up. I think that's also a good idea. Before the next event at Thursday comes right up. So I am definitely going to close for now since I'm tired. And the trial actually takes a lot of energy out of me. Just to voice act out of those texts. That's why I was asking you guys the first trial if we should keep it English or Japanese. Otherwise I don't have to voice act myself, or at least try to voice act towards other characters. And since we saved, if we start the game again, we will ending up here. So yeah, I will look at it how much time it will cost to stream the chapter 3. And according to that, I will play either Arknights or DanganRonpa. So I will wish everyone, however, a great weekend. And we found out that Mundo is the killer of Chihiro's Fujisaki. So yeah, thank you for watching. Hopefully, I don't want to make it too late for me because I know how long a game like this can take. So until next time, and hopefully I will see you guys next Tuesday again for maybe Arknights or DanganRonpa game further. So goodbye, thank you for watching me. Hopefully guys you have a great weekend. Stay healthy in 2025 and stay safe as well. Until next time, bye bye, good night or good day depending on where you are.